show you crave. Laughs in the air and the energy high. The screen's on fire with these four bold guys. Unscripted madness, keep you locked on tight. This ain't just a show, this is Friday Night Night. Live chat buzzing, throwing out some love. They're repping all the chaos they've been dreaming of. Anthony's leading, Vandals got the flair. Sour Rug and Snorkel taking us somewhere. Live chat buzzing, throwing out some love. They're repping all the chaos they've been dreaming of. Anthony's leading, Vandals got the flair. Sour Rug and Snorkel taking us somewhere. Laughs in the air and the energy high. The screen's on fire with these four bold guys. Unscripted madness, keep you locked on tight. This ain't just a show, this is Friday night. Live chat buzzing, throwing out some love. They're repping all the chaos they've been dreaming of. Anthony's leading, Vandals got the flair. Sewer Rug and Snorkel taking us somewhere. Every moment wild is the show you crave. Live chat buzzing, throwing out some love. They're repping all the chaos they've been dreaming of. Anthony's leading, Vandals got the flair. Sewer Rug and Snorkel taking us somewhere.
There I go, what? There I go, what?
There you go again on your own.
Here he goes. Here he goes.
You just
Here he
figured out how
goes.
to send a text? Is that what it is?
I sent you what I don't have a desk.
On
I
what?
sent you
You sent him a picture.
where the fucking computer and TV is.
I mean, just right now. Put it
In
on
that
top.
fucking room? Why is Zoom so big?
Thank
Why
you.
is Zoom
What?
so big?
Because it's a big monitor?
Yeah, I have a 53-inch TV as my monitor.
That's why, yeah.
What's going on?
I may be putting myself in debt, but
Listen,
fuck
we're
you,
not supposed to
Snorkel.
bicker in
Get
front
it
of the
together.
children.
Go
Not
apply for
supposed to
some
bicker
credit
in front of the
cards
kids.
and run him
Let
up.
go.
Okay?
Everything's
even
fine. Mom and Dad are
American?
fine.
Are you not
Fine.
buying stuff you don't need?
Don't buy things
Anyway,
I
welcome
don't
to the
need.
show, everybody. Happy faces.
Say howdy and get away with it.
This is why I don't
Howdy.
smile. I don't. It looks like it's painful for me, right? Like
It always does, dude.
this is my face. Anyways, welcome, guys.
Welcome.
That's what customer service will do to a face. Shout
Yeah,
out
it
the
does.
chat. They're rocking and rolling out there, and
I'm sure.
I think we should.
Yeah.
Wintucky's
I'm
here
telling you,
first. He said, "What up, everybody? What up, Wintucky?" I'm not doing gang signs. I'm doing Wintuck-tucks. You know what I'm saying?
West.
Yeah. Mallory is here. What's up, Mallory? Never fight another man wearing flip-flops. He has no intention on running. That's why you
That's
take your
not a
pants
man.
off.
That's a large child.
Yeah, and like, I saw this funny thing on Instagram the other day, and it's like, it's cool how like men can look like either like a waterproof ninja in winter or like a rough and tough like fucking cowboy because the jackets and shit. But as soon as summer hits, we all look like fucking 5-year-olds. Like, you know, that's all
Not
we look
all,
like.
But
Like
yeah.
with shorts, you know, shorts and shit. Anyways, what's up, Colorado Weeboo? You fucking weeb. Let's see. Snorkel's here, obviously. Jay's
Okay.
here, said Super Voops. Mallory says, is it okay to pull a bag of wine out of the box and stab a straw in it like a giant Capri Sun? Why are you fucking asking?
Snorkel will tell you that's exactly how they're designed. so.
That not only is it okay, it's actively encouraged.
Yeah.
I thought
when I
straws were
drink,
illegal, though.
like, wine drunk is the best kind of drunk. It has you replying to people's Instagram stories you've never talked to in your whole life. Like, that's so cool, dude. Fuck yeah. I don't fucking know you. Anyways, let's see. Jay's here said, is that not what you're supposed to do? Wintucky shines, just like Wintucky said, no rules, Mallory. You do what you want. You let that fucking freak flag fry. I swear
Wow.
to God, I just want the stroke to happen already. I just
Okay.
want
You
it
need to
happen.
smell just snort toast until
No,
you
that was
smell
fine.
it.
That was
Yeah.
that was fine. Okay.
Yeah. Colorado, Zoom is huge. Ern says, so there's going to be a Zelda movie, and I don't know how I feel about that. Feel bad about it. Feel
Well,
bad.
Feel some
Oh,
type of
I mean, it can only go one of two ways: Sonic or the original Super Mario movie. So,
Oh,
The original Super Mario movie is fucking golden and fucking.
No,
yeah,
it is
because you're in
not.
it. That's why you like it.
Well, they got Mario
Mamma
Mario
Mia.
and they got Mario and Luigi Mario in that one.
Yeah.
There's both.
John Costanza or whatever his name is.
John
Leguizamo.
Leguizamo would be in. If your life was a movie, he would play you. Like that's how close you guys look alike.
Look at Snorkel in
I
that
can take it.
leather-bound chair.
Yeah. I mean,
Mallory
I
says,
don't
here's
know how
a
I get
code
anybody.
only parents know. GYA. Yeah, I'm not a parent, and kids are gross.
get your ass in the motherfucking house right now before I beat your ass.
God, you're so... let's see.
rolls
Ern
off the
says
tongue
y'all
like
are on.
Adidas. That's nice.
Ern says y'all are on my 55-inch TV also. Yeah, but Ern, it's like, hell yeah, good for you, man. Like, but we just, we're just hating on Snorkel tonight. So join the club.
See that?
Yeah.
Every panel member gets a turn.
Yeah. Ben says, I also got you on the big screen and I regret it. I bet
Yeah,
you
you
fucking do.
You should.
Regret.
Now you can hear it. Let's see. Contosaurus is loading. What's up, Coochiesaurus? LT says, hola yola. I don't speak French. I'm guessing that means hello. Baguette to you as well.
I believe it means goodbye. I don't know German either. So
yeah.
But the Zelda thing, there's a lot of newer movies coming out, and the only one that I'm really looking forward to, and I know I'm going to get some hate on this, but I think that Ben Affleck's best role ever that I've seen him in a movie is in a movie called The Accountant.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
really good.
Such a
There's
good
an
one.
Accountant 2 coming out. That looks great. It's
Accountant
like
2,
him
Electric
and
Boogaloo?
and what's his name he did Bourne, and then he's doing The Accountant. I mean, those guys are friends. Obviously, they've done a lot of things together, but it's like that's his Bourne. Like it just works. But I'm telling you, I'm not a Ben Affleck fan at all. But that role is perfect for him. Like it just works.
I watched it on a fluke and loved it.
Yeah, it's great. It
never
really
seen
is.
it. So I'll just
it's
run in
definitely
and watch
worthwhile.
the second one first.
It's
If
like
you minimize your Zoom screen, you could watch it.
Yeah, get less Zoom, more screen, baby.
Anyway.
Hey,
Can't-
Snorkel, how was your week, man?
My week was great. A lot of panicking, a lot of worry, a lot of anxiety, a lot of waiting to be able to annoy the shit out of Vandal. And now that I have, I feel complete inside. Sorvog, how was yours?
I was
I
going
didn't
to say
have
waiting
pancakes.
to exhale.
Yeah, I didn't have pancakes. I guess you had pancakes. It's good. I don't know. I had a busy week. I'm getting used to it. I can't say every week's a busy week if every week is a fucking busy week. But this morning, I'm a cheap bastard. Let me get into this. I make coffee. I make 2 separate cups of coffee. One for the missus. She wakes up before me. One for me. And so I was making mine. I poured it in the cup. And I don't like going to the drawer and grabbing a fresh spoon and wasting it on one stir of a coffee when I add the creamer. So I just grab from the sink. It's my routine. It's what I do. It just saves me a couple seconds. And this time I brought some bruschetta with me, a good amount of garlic, some tomato, and some olive oil. Stirred that in, put the lid on, black lid, couldn't see anything, called it a day. Started drinking it, and I was like, ooh, it's really rich. Ooh, it's really good. And get to the end, and then I'm like, oh, garlic. So I had garlic coffee today, and so definitely I'm not a vampire. And that's what I've gathered from this.
Sure.
Sorvog, before we get into the abomination that you put in your coffee, how do you make your wife's coffee if she gets up before you?
I prep it the night before. She has to push a button.
So she makes her coffee.
I weigh it out and do the water and
But she makes it.
clean the pot, and then she just pushes the button.
But then
You're
that
just
makes
the sous chef.
Don't listen to Snorkel,
chef.
like, give you shit about what you do in your relationship when the last thing he's made love to was a Roku. Don't take
Hey,
it.
I
the
resemble
last thing? No,
Nope,
not
nope,
a Roku.
nope. We heard your week already. Anthony, what say you? What'd you do?
Well, I hate to be this guy, but I'm going to complain about work a little bit this time. It was a rough week. I had an arthritis week. We'll put it that way. Like, I had some pretty nasty ankle pain, got the crutches out last night to walk around kind of situation. And it's all because my coworker's been sick. She's been out for the last 3 days in a row. And I'm not going to talk anymore about my week, but I do have a poll question to throw out to chat and everybody else. In a 6-month period of time, what do you think is an excessive number of days to miss to the point where it's probably time to call it quits?
4.
In 6 months?
6 months. First 6 months on the
4
job.
days in
You
6
miss
months.
more than, you miss this
These-
many days or more, it's time for them to let you
Missed
go.
as
I'm
in
just curious.
pre-planned scheduled days off? Missed as in called in day of? Or
Missed as in called in days off.
called
Yes,
in
4.
day of days off?
Correct.
Okay, yeah, that's
No planning.
like Snorkel's number there. 4 is pretty solid.
Go ahead, Vando. I really am interested because I know yours isn't going to be the same.
Depends on the situation, but honestly, if the work can get done without the person, you know what I mean?
Two
don't
people
care.
working, me being the other person.
Okay, then yeah, I would say
A staff
good-
of 2.
I would say 4 days and 6 months is a little bit too extreme for my opinion. I do think consistently within a month, if you were to do like 5 days a month, yes. Over 6 months, I'd have to say maybe like 15.
Ern broke out the yelling. He's mad at his coworker.
So you think it would be okay to miss 3 weeks of work in 6 months?
Yeah.
You're insane.
Yeah, you are.
We
People don't
currently,
even get 3 weeks vacation time that
Right,
have
but
worked
they're-
there for 2
But
years.
here's the thing: they're not getting paid unless like they're
No, they're getting
taking-
paid.
Oh well, then your job needs to stop offering pay.
What?
Oh. Also, I'd like to. But Vandal, how many days of work have you missed in the last 6 months?
Last 6 months, 4.
But you're saying 15. If it's 15 or more, then it's probably time to call it quits.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a bit aggressive. I got one more thing about my week. I went to my first ever live hockey game, and it was a local team, the Mountaintops or Avalanche versus the Red Wings, and they fought each other, and there was sophistication, and it was an amazing event. And I got to wear a Mighty Ducks jersey, the Conway one, so not Banks, but Conway, the cool guy.
Fuck
You
you,
know?
with the Mighty Ducks. Fuck
And
you.
people in the beginning were like, Ducks! And then he sees me again, Ducks! And I'm like, yeah, I don't, quack, quack, you know. I started,
Boo. Boo
And
the
then
Ducks. Boo
later
this
on-
man.
later on, I got into it, and some lady was like, champion of the game, the Ducks jersey! And I was like, quack, quack, quack! It was fun, man. I was so into hockey.
But
Oh,
the
you
Ducks weren't playing?
Absolutely not. This was a movie-themed Conway jersey.
Okay.
So
I know who Charlie is. I get the whole thing. Yeah, I just okay. So it was more as a because there is a team in Anaheim called
sorry?
the Ducks.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying fuck the Ducks.
Okay. All right.
They're-
So I was just trying to verify whether it was
After
like-
the movie, they made a team, or was it before?
That was before the team was before the movie, my dude.
I honestly don't know the answer to that question, so I don't want to speculate, but
Oh,
I know it's a real team.
Yeah, I grew up one
The
city.
Anaheim Ducks.
Yeah, I was in Brea, and Anaheim was like right here. So it's
Okay.
one city over. I know.
Yeah.
that. Quack quack. Flying
It
V.
was just like I didn't know if it was a situation where like if I'm wearing a Yankees hat and the Red Sox and Indians are playing and it's like or I'm sorry, the Caucasians, I think is their I don't even know what the new name of the team is.
Safety first.
I think it's I really do either I just saw that somewhere as a low Vandal, you sell logos. What's the team in Cleveland called?
The Browns.
In baseball.
The Browns.
Right. I mean, the Browns football, I'll give you
Close.
get like 5 super dong for knowing that, to be completely
I'll throw
honest.
that on there.
Baseball? Like no one buys fucking baseball decals. I'm
Okay,
telling
okay.
you.
No, I
Nobody
didn't mean to
does.
stress you out.
They
I'm
buy.
not
I thought maybe there might, the funniest part about this
They're called
is
the
that
Vandals.
no, is because of later on in the episode, that's the team that is involved with those decals. But we'll get there a little later on. Anyway, Vandal, how was your week, man? He doesn't know, which
Come on, man.
that's hilarious, but
Hey.
that's okay.
Tell me you're a weak Vandal. Come on.
I was trying to help you,
Come on.
and it just didn't go my way.
I think Vandal's just debating between going on about his week.
I'll point it
being
out when it
fat,
comes up. Let's put it
and
that way.
being mad at me.
No. So I'm trying to figure out what the team is now. I don't really care, but now I care. You know what I mean? And it's funny because like I'll be at work and like I'll be on the phone with somebody, right? And they'll be
Yeah.
like, "Oh, that's team's logo," and I'm like, "Yeah, totally." And then I'm like the owners behind me, like, "What fucking team plays here?" Like I don't fucking know that shit. You know, like, I don't fucking know that.
And it's okay
And
that
then-
you don't know.
And then he's like, it's in the folder under like that, like we have it like the files, and it's all like Cleveland. It would be like Cleveland Browns, St. Louis Cardinals, whatever. You know what I mean? And they
I mean,
would
that's
say
two.
stuff.
How far can
I
you
can
go?
name teams. It doesn't mean I know what they do. And I'd be like, and I love it because like customers will call in. They're like, "Oh yeah, like this new logo fucking sucks." I'm like, "Yeah, dude, I can't believe they fucking changed it." And they're like, "Yeah, which one's your favorite?" And I'm just like, "The old one." They're like, "Yeah, that's the best one." Now sell me that fucking Indian head. You know.
That 94 logo was
Don't
great.
hate on the Redskins. They were Redskins for a long time.
Yeah. Now my week was all right. I
But
ordered
the Patriots, that's okay. Anyway,
no one orders Patriots
Slave-owning
stuff
bastards.
I know that team, but no one orders their stuff. Anyways,
Not
I
anymore.
bought a couple of AC units because it's getting hot out here. We got up to like 90 last week. It's a little sweaty. And so I was like, fuck it. Got those installed straight from China. So now I got 5G going in my head. Whatever. Well,
You can control the space lasers now.
yeah, I could. I wish they'd make you shut up. And then
They won't.
I got the ACs, and then we'll get into more of my work stuff later because there's a whole segment on it. But it's funny because like I told you guys about that one guy that told me his life stories or whatever. This one fucking guy today called in, and he's like, "Oh, I've emailed you 40 fucking times, blah blah." And I'm like, "Bitch, I'm on my customer service shit. Whether I'm good, whether I'm nice or I'm mean, you're not fucking getting past me on the emails. Like I know who the fuck emails. Like I take pride in making sure that you can't call me out on shit." That's why I do my job as good as I do. So that you can't call me out on not providing service, whether it's good or bad. You know what I mean? So I was like, okay, this fucking guy sound angry, so I gave him a call back. He's like, yeah, check your thing. I was like, sure, give me your email. Looked it up, nothing. You didn't fucking email me, you piece of shit. Anyways, so I go on and talking to this guy, and he's like all angry talking, but it wasn't like the guy we're gonna hear from later on. It was like, like whatever. I wasn't in the mood today to like, pop off on somebody, so I just dealt with it a little bit. And of course, you work your way up to where it's like, I'm just actually a really insecure person, and my life's miserable because I've made it that way, but I won't admit it, kind of guy. Okay, cool. So I talked to him, and so fucking 2 fucking hours on the phone for a $15 order. A $15
2 hours?
order. A $15 order, including
Oh.
$5.95 for shipping.
He was sucking your
Anyways.
soul, man. He was just
Oh.
that-
Yeah. Bro, it was so fucking bad. And it's funny because, like, he's like, oh, yeah, I don't have a cell phone. The NSA, FBI, CIB, Telemundo, they're all tracking you and all this shit. Okay, whatever. I don't care. And so he's like, oh, yeah, my brother moved to Russia. He's making millions. I'm like, no, the fuck he's not. No one in Russia's making millions, you fucking dumb shit. He's
Millions
like,
of rubles. Millions
like,
of rubles.
He's like, he's a Dodge. He works at a Dodge dealership. I was like, there's no fucking Dodge dealership. Whatever, dude. Whatever floats your fucking boat. So, anyways, go on. And it's like, oh, I'm on disability because the doctor made me do it.
Mary Chrysler.
I'm like, obviously it's a mental
Merry
one.
crisis.
Obviously it's a mental one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I have it, so I can say that. You know, I have.
I never get any of those in my shop, though.
Yeah.
At least you got the phone distance.
Yeah.
I got about 3 feet of counter.
Oh, we get walk-ins all the
That's about
time, and like this isn't meant to be like ignorant thing. 99% of them speak Spanish, which I'm fine with. They're actually the nicest fucking people I've ever met in my
No
life.
doubt.
I
No
make a
doubt.
design, and I'm like, I don't think this is great. They're like, I fucking love this crease. Like, okay.
Crease.
So, anyways, talking to this guy forever, right? And it's funny. So, fucking, a guy came in who wanted some help, and I was like, I'm on the phone. I'll get married with you. He's like, yeah, no problem. This guy goes off after I place his order, talking all this mad shit. And he's like, can you believe the other day I was at the bank? I was like, oh my god, I can fucking believe it. Yeah, you use a bank. And then so he's like, yeah. So I was standing there, and there was a guy that was behind the counter. He had long hair, but he wasn't like one of those guys. But it was gross looking. I was like, okay. Whatever. He's like, yeah, and this guy just kept talking to the teller forever, and he's the only one there, and like there's other people waiting, and I can't fucking believe it. As I'm like looking at the two people that walked in, like waiting for me to get off the phone with this fucking guy, and I'm just like, dude, you have no fucking self-awareness whatsoever. So, anyways, that's just the stupid fucking people. And here's the thing. I don't care about what any of you guys do with your life, but if you ever find yourself in that position to where you think that you don't need a cell phone because the FB, LMNOP, whatever is gonna fucking track you, do me a favor, jump off the cliff. You're not that cool. You're not that fucking special. You're nobody. You're fucking
They started
nobody.
tracking you the minute you started watching this show. So
Yeah,
I mean, honestly,
Yeah.
y'all are on a
Gift
list.
to you,
so,
huh?
Yeah.
yeah. Like you're
So
nobody.
Rugg's the newest
get some-
addition to the list.
Go get some help. Do something. I don't know, but. Anyways, I got something special for you guys. We talked about it a little bit last week, but that's not where we were talking about it because this is not that time yet. But it's going to be that time in a moment.
All right. Well, I got to show some pictures before we get going because it's just
Did
stuff
we
that
want to
I
do the
dropped.
rub down so they know what's coming?
No, because this isn't part of the rub down. This is the stuff I do. for
Snorkel.
everyone.
Since when did you run the show? Shut up.
I just figured since Sewer Rug was about to mention it.
I
Well,
wasn't.
I
mentioning
bring you guys a
Rubdown.
shirt all the time, so we'll start with a piece of clothing and we'll go from there. So this is another one. Just not
Prince.
sure if the concept looks fun, but I don't think I could wear this.
You know what I love? The creases. I love the creases.
I wish the ruffles were actually ruffles
Yeah,
and
they're
not
not.
printed.
Yeah.
The
It's
main thing I'm
Prince.
disappointed about is it's not actual ruffles.
I didn't know the Prince had birthing hips either, but that it's just
They're Prince pajamas for lounging around the house. I like
Those are my Thanksgiving pants.
buttons, but not in the right places.
who's getting away with wearing these?
I am.
Snorkel.
I mean,
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Vandal.
Snorkel will wear this, and Sewer Rug thinks he gets away with it, but it's like Sewer Rug's at that point now where no one just questions him and they just let him do things. There's a difference between being allowed to and pulling it off.
Sounds like
Yeah.
you're an admirer. It
I
bears-
get that kind of fashion show. At work
Vandal
on a
could
regular
pull off
basis.
the pants.
I did something today at work
look
I've
comfy.
never done before, and
I
I don't
know,
know what
right?
I'll ever do again. But this guy walked in Crocs, and I'm like, "Hey, what are you guys in? What are you in the mood for?"
And a
He's like,
snowstorm.
"Oh," I'm like, "I thought maybe you might be coming for some new shoes." I mean, literally, just I'm like, yeah,
just
because
came
you know how
out.
much I hate Crocs, and it was just like, I mean, the guys were cool, and we had, we joked about it and stuff, but yeah, ugh. So yeah, I don't know who's pulling this off. I mean, we always say earn, but that's just one of those.
Earn
things.
definitely. Yeah, 100%.
a third of his.
I don't know why I found
Whoa.
this really funny, but this was my FedEx driver that was dropping off, and he sent me a little indication that I was getting a package, and I don't know that I'd trust this guy to do DoorDash.
Okay.
And it's terrible to judge a book by its
You
cover.
ever-
I'm the worst person for that. But as soon as I saw the picture, I actually busted out laughing. Like,
You remember
I
the
don't know.
Facebook and when we had the Facebook and it was like child stars or where are they now? and like it'd be like this guy next to like the Land Before Time dinosaur.
This man is bridging the gap between predator and prey. Those
I still
eyes.
see quite a bit of gaps, but that's okay.
I guarantee this is probably like one of the nicest guys you've ever met. But
I'm
it's funny
sure
you
he
brought
is.
this up. There's like
I'm sure he is.
there's a clear distinction between like delivery drivers, and like if it's UPS, they're usually an in shape black dude, or if it's FedEx, it's a guy that looks like he should be telling you to turn your computer on and back off.
But this guy knows things, and he's willing to talk to you for 2 minutes and explain some stuff.
I think he
I-
couldn't be
it's not 2
happier about
minutes.
his new job at FedEx because they always take these pictures like your first
Day
day
two.
or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Also, why is his skull showing evidence of being dropped on it as a baby?
It's I feel bad for the guy, but I'm still sorry. If somebody showed my picture and thought it was funny, I'd be okay with that. So
Yeah.
learn to laugh at yourself. But yeah, this guy's got some stuff. I hope the insurance is good because I think he could use some help.
Got some
I got a
talent.
serious question though, since you brought this guy's picture up.
Yeah,
The double chin beard. Why? Why?
Well, it's down
I
below.
don't know.
Why? And
He's
like,
got a good to it,
I
but he
understand, like
up.
right there, maybe that's all you.
because he
can
likes
grow.
to scratch his balls, but he shouldn't do it in public. So it's just
His 5 o'clock shadow shows he could do a pretty legit mustache, and yet that's shaved.
But I mean, you're a guy telling other people about facial hair. I mean,
Me?
okay.
My
Do you remember the
mustache is
beard
on
from-
point.
Hey, Vandal, before we get into
2023?
that, did anyone leave any
Mustache is on
photos?
point. So why do you keep growing
Right.
the rest of it?
And we live and learn. You can't, you know what I mean? Like you got to live and learn. That's why I shave this every week now. Down.
I
So,
shave
like,
every
it
week.
doesn't look like that ever again. But also, we were doing vape content at that point, so I had to fit in with the fucking wiry, nasty, fucking looking beards. Where like, hey, I've got a beard. No, you fucking don't. Shave it.
V8 does bring up a very good point. It's
Yes,
Sid.
V8.
It's Sid from Ice Age.
Seriously, guys, that's for John
I thought you were
Leguizamo.
talking about him saying Timo Vandal's built like a Timu Prince, so you might be able to pull off the Timu Prince jammies. You're goddamn right.
Vandal.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
definitely. No, I didn't even see that one.
Honestly, I would pay real money to see you in that outfit on your scooter on your way to work.
Buy the outfit.
Okay. Rock
Also,
and roll.
Delane, this
Extra
man
large,
is
please.
already 35 and working
Going
on his
2X,
second
baby.
basement wife.
There you go. There we go. I'll pitch in. Hey, Vandal, is anyone
I've
mentioning
had a
this comment?
goatee, but not the soul patches.
The soul patch is no Vandal sold. Gotcha.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Suruk?
Is anyone commenting about this guy's photo besides Sid the Sloth?
Yeah, Delane
Everybody.
says once he hits 35, he's definitely gonna kidnap somebody and have his first basement wife.
That was
Ian,
one of
what's
the
up,
other things I
Ian?
saw in this too. It's like I just don't. I'm not. I don't know.
Ian says Chester looks like Sid from Ice Age as a person. Jay says that's a chin strap. Ern says it's a chin guard. I think it's a flavor saver.
What the fuck?
Looks like Gary Oldman from Sid and Nancy, says Mike D. And then let's see, there was one more. Mallory, yeah, says Shaggy from Scooby Doo finally had a son. Zoinks! With Scooby Doo.
When the other three got real jobs, he had to find work.
This
And,
man has never been sucker
Did
punched
he bring
in
his service
entire
animal
life.
with him on his deliveries? I swear we'll get through these really quick, but the look on this girl's face was like, okay,
She's
why
so-
the fuck is Harry Potter dressed as Boba Fett? Like, I don't, what the hell's going on here? The look on her face just made me really laugh, and I had no idea why Daniel Radcliffe is dressed as Boba Fett, but
There's a story
This
behind
7-year-old girl is going through a midlife crisis.
yeah,
with
doesn't
that
she look like scared and
She looks
she's looking at a parent like,
like help
hey,
me.
yeah,
Like there is so much going on with her facial and
yes.
and Daniel Radcliffe. No, Daniel Radcliffe is empty inside.
Oh, poor Daniel Radcliffe.
I think he was still on like a mission. He was like looking for the Pascal Horcrux or something. Like he had stuff to do, and she
That's
was
who
just
I
like-
was thinking.
yeah, she was interfering with his work.
Okay.
She
He
needs
says more
help.
like Boba, what the fuck?
Somebody needs to ask her to blink twice if she needs assistance.
All I know is Ronda Rousey was very nice for taking a picture with Harry Potter. So
Doesn't
Okay.
even-
When you,
last, and I
like Mike
promise
D
this is the
said,
last
when
one.
you force your kid to have a picture with your idol. Yep, there we go.
Yeah, yeah. Can somebody please explain?
Well,
Uh,
see here, Easter is coming, and like
Always.
the lich lord that Jesus is, he wants children to be shoved into small caves.
Hey man, that's not a real cave. That's 2D. All right. Have you ever seen
Yep.
a coyote in the
That
Rough
is a
Rider?
3D.
And what happens?
That is a 3D cave.
You know what
No, it's
happens to
not.
the coyote
Yes,
when
it
he gets
is.
close to that?
I
Not great. It's
don't know. I'll
not
have to
great.
wait for the movie to come out.
Yep.
Why is the kid obviously photoshopped from some other
don't know.
because
thing?
there's no
maybe-
white people in China. We talked about this last show.
There's
That's
plenty
true.
of white people
Also,
in China.
it's all
Yeah,
about
they're
the
geishas.
depth perception because we have no idea. This thing could be 2 feet tall or 10 feet tall because you know
That
it's not
kid
going to
could
be
be 18.
proportional.
Yeah.
Also, I would like to use this as a seg. Why don't Christians use a stone circle instead of like the thing that your savior was nailed to?
We're not doing that tonight.
Hey,
I
so
don't
here's
know.
the thing. Easter's coming up, but not yet. We'll have plenty of questions.
Yeah, I know,
Delane
and
says
it's
it's
not
a-
an Easter thing because Easter show is actually our 420 show, and we're not going to be talking about shit like this. I guarantee you.
Please no.
But I just couldn't figure out like, okay, the 6th that you might sell to churches, and that's like, is somebody buying this as a toy for their kids? Like, you're keeping.
playground.
Are you
There-
decorating your front yard?
If
with this?
all
Like,
right,
I
fine.
don't
Since
get
we're
it.
going there, if you can trust someone and you buy Bibles from them where they've literally had like children out of wedlock, cheated, felonized, and possibly raped people, sign a Bible and then hawk them for like $80, why is this not okay? You know what I
Al-
mean?
I think it's
Also,
not okay. I just
there
don't.
are-
Who would want this?
There are
Who's spending
10,000.
money on this?
There are 10,000 Karens that are putting this on their front porch as decorations for Easter,
well,
along
I
with
think
the
they should let us know where they
it's a
are.
competitive
Because-
sport
along
at
with
this point.
along with the Ben he has risen signs. God, the amount of heat.
Maybe
Ern
he
says
has,
it
but her
best,
husband
though.
hasn't. I can probably guarantee that. Anyway,
Ern
My
said, why is
first
that kid
resurrection.
sleeping in a nutsack?
yeah.
Ben, my first resurrection.
My little tykes. That's nice, man. That's good.
My first resurrection. God damn it.
Your
All right,
first
roll it.
resurrection leads to
Roll
your
it.
first erection.
Roll what?
Wait, where is it? Oh, you gotta watch this video,
Roll
Anthony.
that
You're breaking moves.
Slap it up, flip it, rub it down.
It's perfect
Oh,
you
I-
said
Watching,
that.
I'm waiting.
I gotta wait for. Ooh, Anthony is putting in some moves. Damn.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Where'd you
what
get
do
old video of me?
yeah.
Before the dark times, before the arthritis. All right, rub down. Tonight, guys, this is kind of crazy. I have one segment. Everybody else is doing segments tonight but me, which is great. After the week I had, totally cool with it. So for our Back in Black rub down,
Oh God.
you'll find out later, chat. Sorry. We have a
It'll make
Randall's review.
sense.
No rotten pizza tonight. Randall's review is back in action. Snorkel. Write This Day Down is doing a segment. I had no idea what you guys were calling it, so I just put LARPing. We do have a special Suey in the shop because we're going to have a special guest on to help him out with that particular segment. We've got some customer disservice, which is kind of the main theme of it, but we're going to make you guys wait around for a while before you get to see it. And last and certainly least, they talked to me last week. They said, let's do some cool cars. So we're going to do some cool cars for sale, and that's where your Super Dong is going to come in. So anybody that's running another segment can give out Super Dong, but that's my segment for giving out Super Dong. So let's get on with the Randall review.
Hold on, I'm doing stuff. I got
Yeah, you are.
I got a taco, so you just do what you
Looking hot doing it.
I'm gonna eat
All beige and sexy.
I like
right, so-
my men like I like my khakis.
I like I like my men like I like my caravans.
Reese.
old. Anyways,
Never mind.
back in the day, I did a thing on Instagram called Randall's Reviews, and I was like, yeah, that's going to be a thing. I did like 5 things of it. I like taste tested dog treats, dog poop bags. I forgot some other stuff, you know, but
Please
it's been a
don't.
while.
Dildo in the trash.
But
Don't taste test a dog.
Did you seriously
bag?
just talk during independent reading time? Shut the fuck up.
Yes, yes, I did.
Mute him, Anthony. Anyways,
I
you know,
talked
I live in
also.
America where our, you know, healthcare and, you know, stuff like that sucks. And luckily I got covered by the VA for now, you know, until like, you know, an African billionaire takes it away from me. So, you know, I have some health coverage, but you know, vision stuff's not included. So anyways, you guys remember that little mobile game I was talking about where I got that guy's wife in Austria to leave him for being a piece of shit? So one
yeah.
of my friends on that game that I told you guys about, Styx, I talked to her, you know, sometimes, and she's like, her family owns like an optometry place, optometrist, glasses store thing. I don't know what it's called in German. It's probably
All
or
those
something.
words work.
Yeah. So, anyways, I was like, hey, can I buy some glasses from you? And she's amazing. She sent me 2 pairs of glasses. I only paid $70. Shipped it to me. I was only gonna buy one, and she hooked it up with a bunch of shit. But she also sent me some like snacks from over there, right? In Germany, because like, you know, we don't have like Kinder stuff really out here in the States.
No.
So anyway, she sent me some pretzels called Princess pretzels, the best fucking pretzels I've ever fucking had. They weren't gonna last long enough. I fucking love pretzels. I ate those like within 5 minutes, opened the box. But she also sent me some of these things called Happy Hippos, and so basically they're like these little hippo shaped candies, and they're like, I don't speak German, so I think that's either chocolate and cream or chocolate and cum. But I figured, you know, it'd be a cool little thing to shout out, you know, thank you, Styx, for the glasses and the snacks. Well, I'm going to try it on the camera, you know, see how everything goes, see how these taste. So, I haven't opened them yet. They literally look like fucking hippos. Like,
Nice. I was going to ask if they actually look like the outside.
Yeah.
They actually do. I mean, it's the Germans. They're going to do it right. So
yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
And so I can't tell you what's in this. It's a cacao. I think that's a type of chocolate, right? Cacao.
yes,
Yeah,
Or
that's
whatever.
it's
chocolate.
spelled like
yeah.
that, but yes.
Yeah.
That
And they're
is
like-
just chocolate. Yeah.
You know, like all their stuff on here, I have no idea what it reads. I don't know if like this is like coconut or something on here, whatever. But I figured I'd try it out for you guys, see how, you know, it goes. Give Anthony a break, you know. So here we go. Yeah.
Small bites. Small bites. Okay.
I can only get so
Hella
hard.
crunchy. Hella fucking
no.
good. Hella fucking good.
Does it
Anyways,
have
like the
like an animal cracker like texture to it? Because that's kind of what it looks like. But
I wouldn't say animal cracker. I'd say like the waffle cones you buy at the grocery store. Waffle cones,
God
ice cream
damn.
cones you buy at the
Love
grocery
those.
store.
And there's chocolate on the inside.
There's chocolate
Yeah,
on the
oozing
inside.
out.
Yeah, there's cream and shit. Like, it's super fucking good. It's super crunchy. I
Why the
I
gag
should-
noise?
another single video.
Delane
coming up
says it
in the
went from a him
future.
to a her. I said it was a her this whole time. You just don't like to listen when I talk. But super
Don't fight for
fucking
the
good.
kids.
Delane
Super
just
fucking
bust in
good.
there and steal one of them. Jesus.
I can't tell you what the like cream is, but it like honestly, like I'm not a big fan of like creamy chocolate, like you know, like what would we call this? Flowing chocolate? I don't know what the fuck it would be called. I'm not usually a fan of this kind of stuff, but this is very fucking good. I would say 9 out of 10.
Wow.
9 out of 10.
Yeah,
If they were boob shaped, it would have been 10 out of 10.
yeah. Well, if you turn it sideways, it's like triple boob, but that's a
Kind of.
different
Yeah.
story.
That's
That's
totally
It's a
something
different one.
else.
Yep.
Totally something else. I can't
Mhm.
recall.
Delane says I'm fine with everything right up until you said you got snacks and revalue the relationship. That's why I didn't tell you. I was not going to share these. They're supposed to be super good. Super fucking
Randall's
good.
supposed to review every single hippo right now.
Yeah.
I'm not
So
going
let's
to
see.
share
Is
these.
is this one different? No, it's not. Let's see. If
Drive faster, Delane. Just
But
drive
look at-
faster. He's got like 6 of them to go through.
Look at like
Look
the
at the
look at, like the
eyeballs.
face on it and stuff. Like yeah, I'm trying. Hold on, let
Yeah.
me see.
It looks good, though.
Did the
Yeah.
eyes have any taste to them?
No, it's more of like dripped on.
Oh, okay. Sure,
Yeah.
sure.
But it's not straight sugar. Are you getting
the
like
Kinder
different flavors?
Happy Hippo Cocoa is a crispy hippo-shaped biscuit with a creamy, milky cocoa filling.
That's just. That's actually how you spell cocoa, believe it or not.
But yeah, I would. If you guys ever go to Germany, I would say this is the thing. Like,
9 sounds
This is
good.
it. yeah.
Basically a bueno and a different. Yeah, basically, yeah.
But yeah, I would say if you ever get a chance to try a Hungry Hippo, I saved you one, Delane. Shut up.
Not Hungry Hippo.
It's so good. Like
What's the name of it again? Because it's not Hungry Hippo.
It's Hungry Hippo.
Happy Hippo.
Happy Hippo.
Happy
yeah.
hippo. Hungry hippo. Don't eat the hungry hippos. Those are plastic.
I like the logo and everything. I think it's
Yeah.
cool.
So, thank you, Sticks. These are amazing. Delane, I saved you like at least one. There's like 2 more left, 3 more left, but you'll get one, maybe. So,
Maybe.
Yeah.
Drive faster, Delane. Drive faster.
Yeah. So, really good. Like I said, 9 out of 10. Actually, that's just for a joke. I would say 10 out of 10. I'd say 10 out of 10.
Would you drink milk with a snack like that, or not really?
I would if it didn't make me sound like a machine gun underwater.
Okay, it's a blaster. I get you.
Yeah.
I get you.
I am lactose intolerant.
You're
Yeah.
intolerant of a lot of things.
Yeah. You're moving your way up that list. No.
Yeah, I'm still here.
You mean I fell down on that list? What the fuck?
Hey,
You're always going to be in the top 5. No worries.
I've worked hard at maintaining that top 5 podium
You
finish,
see?
and
see who's creeping on in? You see who's creeping on in? Give it time.
are you moving me down from my podium finish for annoying
I'm
Vandal?
wearing him thin. All right. That's
Jesus Christ, you bastard!
But yeah, so that was my Randall's review. I would say
Looks good.
Get it if you
So
can.
you can't get those in the States anywhere.
As far as I know, but actually I can look on Amazon real quick. Let me see.
I bet Cost Plus World Market, they always have treats from all over the place. I was hooked on the
Gotcha.
Bounty Bars from Australia, their version of Almond Joys.
Oh, really?
Bounty Bars were awesome, yeah.
Yeah.
More coconut taste to it. You know, all sugar.
Oh, you can get them on Amazon apparently.
There you go.
Just type into Amazon Happy Hippo. The thing is
Hap-
though, things are made differently in each country, so I'm not sure if the American ones would stand up. Maybe this is something I could do is like order one of these and like compare, because Americans have like way more like ingredients and stuff in their thing. Like their ingredients list on here is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 things. That's it, just 7.
Wow.
So let me
Nice.
pull up the
I'll see
ingredients.
it.
Usually they'll show you on Amazon, you know, like the ingredients on this thing.
You ever had Happy Hippos on weed?
I was thinking about smoking. So
That looks like a great stoner treat because it's got all those different things in there.
it doesn't say what the ingredients and stuff are either on Amazon. Usually they'll have like a picture of like, you know, the ingredients and stuff. I guess not
I
for
can
this.
see it being a treat for the bathtub. You're in the bath, you're floating these hippos. You're like, oh, there's hippos in the water, and you don't
What
splash
the
them, but you're like, oh,
fuck?
All right, Snorkel, you're back on top.
Yeah. Yeah. I would
Flew
love
too
to
close
say
to
I
the
worked,
sun, Sewer Rug.
I would love to say I worked hard for it, but I didn't.
Raise your hand in chat if you're still a bath person.
Oh,
I'm
ugh,
not.
Ugh, God, no, no. That's
You
There's
raised
2
your
of us.
hand.
that's human soup.
This because I did. He wanted to be cool.
Just
Fair.
a shower. I didn't know where this was going.
No, I mean, if you're still taking baths, Surik, that's
no,
nice.
I don't shower often enough to want to take a bath.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't. With me in the bath is no water. Like there's not room for both.
There's you and a tub.
Yeah.
Now we're
Anthony's
talking
like that
volume.
when you get too many mashed potatoes, so you can't put enough gravy on them.
I'd wear a tub like a backpack, basically. Is how so,
Now we're
yeah,
talking.
You're set for the zombie apocalypse. So
The only time like I take a bath is like when I throw out my back and I'm like, I'm gonna sit here, I'm gonna soak. I'm not even joking. I wait like the 20 minutes for the bathtub to fill up, sit in there for 2, and I'm like, all right, shower time. Like I can't fucking do it. I can't.
no,
It's
it's
just
human
dirty
soup.
human soup.
Yeah,
All I
it
want to
is.
do is pee for like fucking 45 minutes.
Don't pee in the bathtub.
Mike D's got to get back to
No,
work.
I don't. I
He
pee
said
out
he
of the bathtub.
can't
Mike D.
have it playing. So have a good night, Mike D. Drive safe.
One super dong for leaving early for Mike D.
V8 says, ever fart in a bath? Dude, I'm either farting or I'm fucking pissing in a bath, man. Like that's
Dude, I don't take baths. I don't.
That's 2 of the 3 things I do in a bath. All right. Anyway, let's do some LARPing.
all right. I made a bumper for this too.
Oh, you did.
I told
he
you I
went-
did.
He's been going all out lately.
You said you weren't gonna do shit.
He lied.
A bumper takes 5 minutes.
Yeah, they made a Canva quality bumper.
Yeah, but I refaced it so it looks more custom.
See, then you didn't use Canva for that. You did more. You took that original idea and you snorkelized it.
Oh
Looks great.
no.
the bumper play.
I need that picture for my Instagram fucking profile pic.
Kind of looks like Jimmy Neutron met.
It
Snorkel
does.
Tom and
It's beautiful.
Jimmy
did the
Snootron.
Dasty
All right, Snorkel.
Tron.
So last
I ha-
week,
Dude, I have no clue.
I told Snorkel, I was like, hey, you're doing a segment, and then you're going to talk about LARPs. And he's like, all right, top 5 or 10. And I was like, 7, bitch, because, like, let's make it interesting. So,
Those are screens. Let's make him large and in charge. Let's just.
You guys leave your screens up, please.
No,
for the love
Anthony,
of
join
God.
us. Anthony, cut and run. We're
Oh,
leaving.
God.
All right. Well, does he have like full size pictures to put up?
Yeah,
I do, yeah.
It's all on
He does.
Vandal.
Okay.
It's,
does.
That's what I
it's
thought
on
was going on here.
Vandal.
So
he does. So, we'll start at the top of the list, Snorkel.
Top of the list, bottom of the list. We're starting at 7.
That's what I said. It's the top of the list.
That's bottom of the list.
That
Bottom
you
of the
may
top.
be, but this is the top of the list.
Oh
Anyways.
my dear God.
Let me go ahead and toss it up on screen here. You're going to go ahead and explain it. And you numbered it, so if you got to pull up Discord or whatever, figure it out. You can use your big boy pants.
I'm already trying
that he looks
to.
huge on his own 55-inch TV.
It,
too.
it hurts. There is a lot of pain going on right now.
Is that
All
what's
right.
Vandal.
So, what is number 7 there, Snorkel? It's on the screen.
I'm waiting for it to show up on the screen.
We're behind, we're ahead of them. Remember?
Yeah, I know, and this is the bad thing. Yes. At the bottom of the barrel is Vampire the Masquerade. Any fucking vampire LARP is exactly like this picture. A bunch of people that thought they would try goth out for a segment and then just stand around inside of a fucking room talking for hours.
Really?
It is the worst of the LARPs. It is
Wow.
no action, nothing. It is standing alone in a room and talking with the most pretentious people you will ever meet. More pretentious than me.
Is there
I mean,
any?
but let's be
music in the
honest.
background?
Isn't that kind of what would happen after centuries of vampires kind of did everything?
I'm
Every vampire
assuming,
movie.
I'm assuming so, but it is painful. However, as a caveat, the most money I ever made illegally bartending was at Vampire LARPs.
Is there any
So-
music
Okay.
playing in the background during these vampire
No,
lives?
no music.
Yeah, Depeche Mode.
No music
I figured
whatsoever.
it would be the Cure, but yeah,
not
whatever.
even, not Cure, not Rammstein, nothing. There is a
London
bunch
After
of people.
Midnight, maybe, or
Nope, it is a bunch of people standing around
a nice cranberry
exactly
stew,
like
maybe.
this picture. It is the worst of every single LARP.
Okay.
I do like the fact that there's one guy wearing sneakers and it looks like the guys on the right are judging him.
Probably are. The next, let me know when that picture shows
It's up.
because we're behind. Okay, the next is Any Ren Fair, which I had to include
Really?
just for it's number 6. Where's
Boobs.
there we go.
That's all I'm
Ooh.
saying.
Boobs. Number 6. You will find a shit ton of boobs at any Ren Fair you go to.
Sold.
A metric shit ton. You will also find the ugliest boobs you have ever found if you go to a Ren Fair.
Love
it
is in
took-
the eye of the beholder. So
It took me a while to find a decent picture.
boulders? What is he talking about?
But yeah, no, number 6 would be Any Ren Fair. They're fun, but they're very, very boring.
Ben says you say it's bad and then use this pic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Delane
Pornhub.
says I see 10 massive reasons why you should go there.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9.5.
You're still sticking with the 6 for this one.
Where is
Is it
all
because
this?
of the LARPing? It's not very LARP, or
It
what?
is not very LARP. It is this.
I know
will
you
see
probably don't
this.
follow, Instagram girls like Sewer Rug or anything like that, but every Instagram girl does the Ren Fair.
Yeah,
Really?
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's worth going if you want to see corsets and boobs. Otherwise,
I just thought there would
and
be like
waffle cakes.
food and
yeah,
beverage. And,
You have
know,
a
that
lot
kind
of deep fried food, which
Well,
is,
yeah, I
is
mean,
worth it.
It's a fair.
But it is, yeah, it's number
What
6
about
on my list.
what about people catching on fire from getting photographs? You know, because people die at the fair.
People have not died at a Ren Fair that I know of.
Okay, all right.
You can look that up on Google and prove me wrong.
No.
Since it's my segment, I was assuming you would try
To
to
be
prove
honest,
me
that's
wrong.
more girls than I've seen at any con that I've been to. So
Oh no, Red Fairs. Oh dear lord, yeah, no.
Ren fairs are full of
Alright.
all the women, but like not that it's a
Yeah.
bad thing, but every woman in this picture is over the age of 35.
yeah, so am
Every
I.
woman in this photo is over the age of 40. Thank you very much.
Well played, Delane.
If I
Delane
dated a
just-
woman who was 35, she'd be 17 years my junior.
Yeah.
Let's
see
just
that,
think
Vandal?
about that for a moment.
What'd you say, Sewer Rug?
You see that, Vandal? Delane's comments? She got me. in that
God
again.
number one is in the cave, so we went for a few months back.
Oh yes.
All right, so number 5.
Number 5. What was? The SCA, the Society for Creative Anachronism. Anachronism.
You were there.
Yes, all of the
Okay.
LARPs that I am reviewing are ones I have attended. The SCA is lifesteal events, heavy armor, very, very, very historically accurate. It is, you can't even camp in a normal tent.
Wow.
But
What are you eating there?
but the booze is not period accurate, and oh my dear god, the amount of drunk you can get at an SCA event. There is a song that goes, if you cannot get laid in the SCA, you cannot get laid at all. Go to an SCA event. If you've got an SCA event nearby, just go to it. You will enjoy yourself.
And
so is this like a war thing? I mean, is this
So it's
fighting and stuff?
It's everything from like 2000 BC to 1500 AD reenactment. I tried to find a picture with everything in it, and you've got knights from 1500 down to Vikings from 1100, and in the background you have a few Romans. It is the SCA is weird, but it is also very fun. And
Vandal, I think I cut you off. I apologize.
oh, it's all
Go
right.
ahead.
In chat, we've got a couple of things. Ern did some legwork for us. Said yes, there have been instances of deaths at Renaissance festivals, including
Oh.
a freak lance accident, a tree branch falling, and a car crash. These are rare occurrences. I
The
don't
car
think that-
crash, I'm wiping out. Cars didn't exist in the Renaissance.
That's not time accurate. And then we've got Kentucky that said, "I bet all the mothers of these dorks are glad they left the basement for the day."
Time to
Duchess
get some
is here
cleaning
too.
done.
Welcome, Duchess.
we-
Of course, you'd show up with the dorky part.
Yep.
Jake
We
up,
do
a
have
little bit
V8
further back
with-
in the chat. He's screaming that boobs are not boring.
Boobs are not boring, but
I
they
agree.
do not make for a good LARP. It's not all about boobs.
All right,
Look at
so
Speak for
Here's
yourself.
to the art.
V8 with boobs and swords. Match made in heaven. Booze and swords. Match made in heaven. Yes.
number 4, Snorkel.
And Earn, Lightning Bolt would go to Ampguard, which is not on this list for a reason. Number 4 is Pirate LARPs. Every single
Oh.
Pirate LARP is worth going to.
Really? That just doesn't sound right.
This is a picture from Sea Dog Days and Gypsy Nights. Fucking ships made on fucking horse trailers, like in the background, and a whole lot more free titties than in any Renaissance fair. There are people walking around with a corset on and nothing containing them. Pirate
Wow.
LARPs are definitely better than Ren fairs, and they come in at number 4.
No,
So
Those number
were
4?
those
Yeah.
really popular when the Pirates thing, the Caribbean stuff was going on? Did they like?
I
see a
believe
surge?
it surged a lot with people showing up to them, but they still are massively fun. I go to one called Tortuga every year, and it is not kid friendly. You cannot enter if you are under 18. You cannot go in there and have fun if you're under 21. It is very nice.
And Just so you know, I got my ears pierced at one of these pirate LARPs. You know how much it cost me, Snorkel?
Free 50.
Buccaneer. A buccaneer.
You're not zooming in, Jacob. You need to zoom
Jacob's-
in for those.
Let's see. Ern says, I see a bunch of dudes, and Ian says sausage corsets. Ern. All right, number 3.
What was number 3?
Looks like Groot.
Fairy Worlds.
That sounds like a lead into a joke, Delane.
Oh, fairy. What picture did I send you for Fairy Worlds?
A Groot and a fucking Peter Pan.
I couldn't find my friend Totoro. Fairy Worlds comes in at number 3. Any of the fairy or goblin themed LARPs that are massively fantasy, like the SCA is realistic. Fairy Worlds is the antithesis. It is a bunch of green man, a bunch of drugs. Oh my god, so many free drugs. So many free drugs.
Do they have these at the caves, the fairyland thing?
Looking, I never saw any dust, any trails, any clues to. Yeah.
My favorite
Right.
in this picture is if you look to the left, the PE teacher in the jorts from the
Yeah.
90s. That
Yeah.
female PE teacher.
Tucked in.
There are a bunch of people that just come to visit, but the actors that make it up, like the green man up front, and drugs, just so many free drugs. It's number 3 for a reason. It's boobs and drugs. Colorado, I like drugs. There you go. Go to Fairy Worlds.
Ern says I dated a
yeah,
girl who
Peter
wore
Pan.
goat legs and shit. It was hot. What?
Kentucky, for real. Where the fuck are these? Oregon or Washington or Colorado? I only know of those 3 states that have them.
Jay says, why does the dude in the green look Photoshop? Because it's the fairy world, man.
Because it's the Green Man.
Just
The
think
Green
about it.
Man-
too.
The Green Man exists out of reality there, man.
All right, number 2.
Oh, fuck.
Wasteland?
He scares off
Oh,
all
waste-
the non-fairies.
God, Wasteland Weekend. What picture did I send you?
The one where it says Wasteland.
Oh, I found a decent picture for you. Wasteland Weekend down in Nevada is what Burning Man tried to be. Burning Man sucks. It's not on the list for a reason. Wasteland Weekend is spend 3 days in the desert. Vandal would probably hate it. Dressed up like it's the apocalypse, and there is so much terrible, terrible debauchery that goes on. As Jacob said, Mad Max. Yeah,
It feels like Mad Max met Firefly. Like that's
it's everything. It is what Burning Man started as, and then just drifted into a corporate shit show.
This
And
just looks
Waste-
like Fallout concept art.
Yeah,
yeah.
Is there a bunch of nouns like race cars and like music and like stuff?
Fans.
no, there is what you bring.
Oh, okay.
It is fun as fuck. One of my good friends goes every single year and has established himself as a wasteland trader and has managed to come back with a free car from just
Glad to see
trading
that.
trading junk.
Glad to see that Judaism made it through the apocalypse. That's good.
Oh yes, yes.
You can tell because he's the whitest guy there. Like he's got the hot dog end elbows. You know what I mean? They're not tanned. They're just like compressed.
Definitely, Jacob. There are cars that shoot fire. There are cars that shoot real bullets. There are things. There are explosions. There are a lot of people running around with absolutely no clothes on. This
That's how you
is
get an explosion.
Yeah, this is the start. At this point, I'm convinced me and Stark will have to have. Oh yeah, we probably do V8.
All right, and number 1.
And number 1 is my most favorite and personal LARP, the Afterworlds in No Tai. Oh wow, I sent you a shitty picture. This is the one I go to every year, have gone to ever since 2014, and probably won't be going this year. It
okay.
is.
What am I looking?
It's a campsite.
It looks like the guy from that cartoon that adults watch.
Adventure Time. Yeah, it is that would be John dressed as a cyborg Adventure Time, whatever that guy's name is. And then
Is that the blue shirted knight? Like I don't...
the blue shirted guy, yeah. And then behind him is a dude I know named Anthony with a giant two-sided axe.
Okay.
I sent a shitty picture. I should have sent a better picture.
So it sounds like it's a little bit of everything. There's battles.
It's if every single apocalypse that has ever been written went off in 2025 and everybody is surviving as best they can after that, it is very fun. I am biased. It is number one for a reason. But it's fun. Go to LARPs.
Your
Do
opinion
LARPs.
is biased. I'm shocked at that. How could that be?
I know, right? I'm usually so unbiased.
Besides the boobs and the other ones, I think Wasteland looks fun.
It is. It is.
Because I'd run
a
around
lot
with
of
like a
fun.
broomstick that I like covered in like 8 layers of electrical tape, beating the shit out of people.
You can do that.
Like this is what I trained in the trailer park for. Because like I don't know about you guys, but being a poor white kid, you learned how to do bow staff, with broomsticks because they're really light.
No, I've never
Yeah,
done that.
no, me either. Me either.
Orc
That's
in
so
the back.
stupid.
Never.
Adventure
Yeah.
Time Fair. The Adventure Time Fair is in Notai. The next event is the first weekend of May. It's Afterworlds. Afterworldslark.com? Org?
That's probably the best use for an 80s Bronco there, V8. Was not a big fan.
Well, that's
Ian
my
says-
top 7 LARPs.
Decent smegment snorkel flame on.
Smegment.
Decent Smegment. I'll to that. I was actually thinking that one with the Wasteland, which I liked as well, but it also could be like the Death Race thing too, because it sounds like there's some of that mixed in there, which I think is kind of cool. Only the
Oh.
first one, but yeah.
My car was a definite hit when I went down there, so
Oh yeah, for sure, I could see that. I mean, it
All
was
right.
designed by Nazis, so yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Hey, I have un-Nazi'd my car. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
I
no
cannot see
chance.
your
It's
car.
a 68. It is not
I
a
don't
52.
care. Don't care.
I
Nope.
care. I care. No, Lawrence is not a Nazi. Fuck you.
Arms?
So new sheets and hoods are okay, but the old ones are the ones that are bad.
Okay. He's got rules.
Anyway,
Yeah, it's weird.
Thank you,
Uh,
Snorkel, for your chocolate-covered strawberry of a segment.
that was good. I actually
it
liked
was
it.
better than my chocolate-covered starfish of a segment, which I had planned for next week, but Anthony has ruined it.
Perfect.
You're up, buddy. Suey in the shop.
We got a bumper for this, right?
No.
Yeah, we do.
Find it.
Find it and destroy it.
All right,
was about
it's
to-
bumper played.
I was about to hide
You're up.
my.
You're up, Suey.
Good. It's about time. Cause Sue in the shop's here to teach you lessons about things like Sue in the shop always does. But today I'm not gonna just break it down for you myself. I got a special guest who's gonna help me make this all work out. So Girth Brooks, ladies and gentlemen, Girth Brooks is here. Let's say hi to Girth Brooks.
I thought I was wearing a bra.
I did too.
Give and take.
Hey.
How's it going?
I-
Girth?
10 out of
How's it
10 would
going?
still motorboat that. So,
Go for it.
Well, first and foremost, I want to say thanks for joining me as my special Formula One speed racing guest. This is Mario Girth Brooks, whatever you want to call him, folks. He's here for the win, and that's what matters.
I'm just here for the fucking oil change.
Well, listen, I got
I got an air filter. Your air filter looks a little dirty. Would you like that changed?
I never asked for
Hey,
that.
just because I have tits, don't upsell me.
Your transmission fluid looks a little murky. I'm gonna have to flush that. Is that all right with you?
Oh, 100%.
According to our records, it looks like your Beetle's due for a coolant flush there, Snorkel.
Oh God!
Drain.
I have a story about that.
So here in Surrey in the shop, we teach people life lessons about things, and today we're going to be fucking car centric. We're going to be focused on the vehicles that we don't see normally on the road. These are the speed racers, the hellions, the fast guys. Okay. So I wanted to ask Girth some questions about vehicles, see if we could help the chat out in terms of education in regards to these vehicles.
Ooh.
You excited about this?
He looks like that
I'm-
girl standing next to Daniel Radcliffe.
So you spend some time on the racetrack yourself. How often are you there weekly?
About 5 days a week.
About 5 days a week. And you see them going
Yeah.
this way to that way, or is there a certain...
No, they go this way and turn that way and then turn that way and do some things.
Okay, so this is more of a loop-de-loop rather than a oval situation.
Yeah, it's more of a circuit.
Okay, circuit, like electric. I like that. So I got to ask, first and foremost, why are they burning their tires before they're getting out on the track? It seems like they're just adding rubber to the ground. Is that burning rubber? Is that the reference for what that is?
They're mostly heating up their tires so they can get traction in the mud.
Traction and mud. That's a car thing?
Zoom.
Don't make my hair, man.
Yeah, they're mostly burning up their tires so that they can get traction for their launch.
Okay, so this is
On the
lunch
string.
traction, folks. What he's saying is these tires get hot and they stick more when they're hot, like duct tape, the backside of it.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah.
It's a better takeoff when that sort of thing happens, yeah?
Yeah, for sure. Unless you're all-wheel drive, then you just don't want to do that.
Okay. Okay.
Why
Why
not?
are windows optional in these vehicles? Some guys just dive right into them like they don't need a little glass there. Isn't that going to cause friction in the speed and the...
No, not really. It doesn't do shit.
Doesn't do shit.
I mean, at my track where we work, we have to have windows down all the time so that if their car catches on fire, we can pull them out easily. But in
Oh.
drag racing, they want their windows up because they're trying to get like the fastest time possible.
So I got to
have a
ask...
question.
Yeah, please.
Is it like a RuPaul drag race or a different one?
It depends on the weekend. It depends on what club's there.
Disco lights
all
or
right.
I've got
A
a,
whole
I've got
different
a,
kind of LARPing.
I've got
Yeah.
a further question. Brooks, how much to murder Suey Rug?
Oh man. Some days I'll do it for free, but other days I'll do it for about $5,000.
Okay.
Fucking
Okay.
questions here.
$5,000's the top.
Let's stick to the fucking help here, Gertie.
Nice to know the budget. I may be contacting you later.
You let
Oh,
me ask
boy.
a question. That was dangerous. You don't want to do that.
Block him now from contacting you somehow. Get me on the circuit. here. Speaking of circuit, those cars. Are you seeing all sorts of fancy cars, or is it a bunch of old school muscle cars? What are you seeing on the tracks these days?
Mostly Porsches, BMWs, Hondas, Evos, whatever.
Is there
There
any...
are some muscle cars, but they generally suck on the track that I work at. So
Sure.
yeah,
Is there any
there are a lot of
favorite
calls.
plastic? Is there like any favorite plastic car you see out there?
Yeah, probably the Porsches.
They're pretty fast.
The Miatas are pretty fun too.
I would
Okay.
think your car would be the favorite car out there, but
I actually, every time one of my friends that is in the Skyline Club does come out there, they end up hitting the wall and destroying their Skyline. So it's never my favorite. I have so many pictures of it. They're like, take a picture of me coming around this corner. Click, click, bam. And I'm just like, I got that fucker.
So what you're telling the chat is if you're in the circuit and you're into Skylines, don't do both. It's gonna wreck.
I mean,
You're
you
a
could
bad
do it.
driver.
It's fun. You could do it. Just don't be a douche.
Don't go fast. Okay.
you mind if I
Yeah.
ask him some questions because I'm truly actually interested?
Yeah, please.
Okay. So how big is the circuit? Like, is it a mile or what's the length?
It's 2.5 miles around.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's your best time around the circuit?
Mine, I really don't have a best time. Probably like, if you're counting the work van, would probably be my best time. I've probably done it in like 2 minutes 50 seconds.
Oh,
Actually hauling balls.
2 minutes and 50 seconds around 2.5 miles.
In a
Yeah.
work van.
in the work special bus.
I saw a girl do the Nuremberg Ring in a work van. I don't want to hear about work van. Like, there's possibilities.
She did it in 7 minutes and like 23 seconds or 9 seconds or something like that.
Yeah,
It
right
was-
under 10 minutes, I think, or right at that.
Yeah,
like 10,
yeah.
15, something like. Because she said she could do it under 10, and I think she missed it by a few seconds.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you had mentioned that the muscle cars don't typically do very well, and that's pretty common in that kind of track because they don't turn.
Yeah, they won't turn. So you got like Miatas and like Honda Civics and everything like that passing them in the turns. And then when they get to the straights, they gatekeep the straights and like repass everybody and then start gatekeeping all the turns again.
That was actually a lot of the early racing was that they put minis up against Camaros, and that's exactly what happened. The minis could make it through the turns quick, but they'd lose in the straights, which made it a fun race to watch because it was competitive.
Love watching old B series.
So are there
because of that.
races or is it just like timed runs?
Oh yeah, like we do like track days, and then we also do like different clubs like SCCA's out there, NASA's out there. We got some professional racing clubs that come out there with like billion-dollar budgets for their race team.
Wow.
And stuff like that. So we do all that, and then we also do the 24 Hours of Lemons is one of the tracks that they go to. Is mine.
Oh, dude, that's like one of
Yeah.
my favorites.
Yeah, I'm trying to get a team to get for the Lemons this year.
So what's the rule?
But-
I'm sorry, I'm taking this over. I apologize, but I'm just
That
the
and the
lemons thing is
Gambler
real. If you don't know what the
500.
lemons thing is, it's like it's a low budget, but
Yo.
it's a lot of foo stuff. So, is that something you guys do every year? What's the cost involved in that? I just want to know more about that.
It's twice a year, and it's about like 1,500 per person, I think it is, because
Okay.
you got to pay for the car is one thing. You have to want to buy a car that's less than $2,000. You want to have a roll cage in it, but then other than that, like you just turn your car into whatever the fuck you want.
Is it
really.
4-cylinder, 6-cylinder? Like, do they
No,
have a no?
Doesn't matter. Doesn't
Gotcha.
matter. Like you could do an engine swap from like a 4-cylinder to a V8, but then they also tag on like maybe 50 laps.
So you got to see some what we would call in the show customized cars with the lemon thing. What's one or two that stand out that were either funny or
There's one. I'll just do one. It's a little Miata that looks like Tomater, and it has like a little tow hook that comes off the back. I should say a metal tow hook that comes off the back, but it looks just like it, and it's pretty sweet. And then there's also another one that's a camper.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
that's cool.
Have you ever
I'm sorry,
watched any
Sirug.
of the...
I know I interrupted, but that is fascinating to me because I've always loved that lemons thing. You can go back to being the woman in the NBA locker room. For
The 24-hour lemons and the Gambler 500, two of my favorite ones to watch.
Yep.
You ready for some real hard hitting questions now?
Vandal's good.
Unbelievable. Huh? Let's talk about it, okay?
Let's talk now.
Seatbelts.
No.
You're wearing in these cars. One across the lap, across the side, and you get the little poofy things on it and make it soft on your shoulders when you drive those cars.
I mean, you could have your standard 3-point seatbelt that comes standard in your car, or if you upgrade your seatbelt, it has to be a 5-point.
Okay.
So you smash your nuts every time you like fuck up. But yeah, that's mostly it on the seatbelt. You can have your little fuzzy like kitty cat on there or whatever you want.
I like a kitty cat on there to feel safer. And when you're driving these cars, regular standard, ethanol fuel, we're talking 85. What kind of fuel you need for this?
You can have 85 to 110 octane, E85, methanol, whatever you want, really.
Good, because I
Yeah.
like this is good.
We
I'm
have the
going
fire
diesel, I
system.
think.
You can do it.
Surik has no clue what's being talked about. It's kerosene, Surik. It's all kerosene.
Oh, good. I was getting concerned there. Anyways, let's get into some more profound questions about these racers. Okay. Sobriety a factor? Do they have to be sober when they get on the track? Do they do a test, breathalyzer, any sort of eye check, or?
That's actually a good question.
We don't do any of that. I mean, you can bring alcohol onto the racetrack. Well, not on the racetrack, but to the racetrack. But it has to be, you can drink after the event's over. We will take you around in the work bus while you are drinking after the event, just to have some fun and so you can like talk about what you messed up on the corners and stuff like that when you're actually doing something. But other than that, you have to be sober. It's more the employees that are like high as fuck during.
Okay.
the event.
So the ones watching people from the towers, make sure people aren't blowing up.
How
Yeah.
high are you
Yeah.
right now, Girth?
0%.
Oh, that is a shame.
That's wrong. Yeah.
That is a shame. You're having to deal with sewer rug right now. Why are you
Some other
sober?
time we'll get into Girth's partakings and my partakings of the Girth volume and seeing how I survived.
You
Yeah,
partake
yeah.
in Girth's
That's
That's
volume?
a story. Now
Yeah.
that's a story.
Story for another time. The point is, right now, we're talking.
Anthony, you heard that too, right?
I did. Yeah, I'm still
Yeah,
struggling with it. The mental picture is.
He's wearing a flowered shirt,
Vivid.
guys.
Well, this just in, Suey is the bottom.
Well, no, it was.
Only in fairyland.
Thing is,
Aloha.
that's it. That's all I got.
Jacob has a question for Girth Brooks. How dare you?
Dan, read it out.
Yes.
He says,
Sewer
"Have you
rug.
ever been reported for smoking weed at the track?"
Oh, Okay, so I'll sit at my
The
corner.
principal?
I've never been reported for smoking weed when I was smoking weed at the track. I've been reported for vaping and them thinking I'm taking huge bong rips in my corner.
Oh, yeah, that's the same thing. Weird.
The vape clouds give the confusion of like milky
Yeah,
weed clouds. It's
No,
beautiful.
it's nice
Yeah.
to be arrested for the one thing you didn't do. Yeah, I like it.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, folks, if you want to race cars, you got to be talking about 5 points of safety, all sorts of kerosene. You want a cage that rolls, right? That's what you said. You want to make
Yep.
sure your track safety guys are high, and you want to bring the alcohol for afterwards. That's what I've gathered here today.
You forgot about the hot rubber.
You want to stick your rubber tires with duct tape and make them sticky with heat, and then go.
That is true.
Okay.
Yeah. And if you want the roll cage, it has to roll you like a hot dog roller.
I thought-
Jacob with another hot take. Have you ever vooped at the track?
I have.
Hells yes, there we go.
That's not
How
real.
can
We
I
don't need
not?
that on the show? What is this? We don't-
So,
All right,
Stuart, if you're
congratulations, we got
done
your
with this
balls.
part of it, I did want to bring something up since he's going to be on. Girth Brooks sends me videos occasionally of him vooping, and I think that we should put it out as a an assignment, Ask America, where other people that are in the chat send me your videos of vooping. We'll start running them on the show.
We just probably won't.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
yeah.
definitely
We probably will.
I'm agreeing.
got a
to
bunch.
disagree. We're just not going to do that.
I got a bunch.
I donate at least 1.5 super dong to anybody that voops and sends Anthony proof of vooping.
There you go. Yeah,
I want the
think it could be
camera
worse than
view.
Super Dong.
I want the view from the toilet.
Yeah, I want the POV. I want the full-on POV just for
The
reasons.
POOV, but yeah.
The POOV, yes.
That's enough boob talk. You guys come on the screen. I want to see everybody.
Hey, as soon as you let your guests go, we'll come back.
All right, fine. Hey, Girth,
Fine.
Girth
You're-
and Great.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
See you whenever I see you tomorrow.
Thanks
Sounds
for
good.
coming.
I'll be in
Thanks
chat.
for coming. I'm glad to know you're a top.
Yes, I am. I'm the big bear.
Hells yes.
All right, I'll catch you boys later.
Did you guys misinterpret that? I said I tried to consume it at his volume cannabis, and it was a
We
fucking
heard that
Oh,
you
no.
were consuming
We-
his volume. That's what I
You
heard.
were
So
consuming Girth's volume. That is what we
Yeah,
heard.
that's what I heard.
That is what all of chat
Oh,
heard.
and you just took it in the. I get it.
No, we took it
Yeah.
in the way that it was said.
That was another intro, Snorkel. I was giving
Oh,
you
it
another
wasn't.
in,
It was an in.
as in the
Yeah, yeah. It was definitely.
I sound
an
like
in.
this, and that was still the gayest thing on the show tonight.
I mean, I set him up, right? Loft it.
Oh,
Oh
yeah, I'm
yeah,
sure you set him up.
yeah, you did. You
Set it
set
up and
him
knocked
up
it down.
as a true bottom would.
Thank you.
You got him up and took him down.
It's a squeeze.
You brought it all in. That whole girth volume went right in.
But in
it's
all
fine.
seriousness, I did not know he worked at a track. That's
That
very
is so cool. Yeah.
it's very cool.
Where is Cody?
I've always wanted.
Cody and him should hook up.
I've
Sleeping
always
somewhere.
wanted to do that lemon thing, man. That's it's tasty.
I want to do either that or the Gambler 500, which
Yeah.
you buy a car not
Isn't that
more than
movie?
$500 and try and make it through.
I'm
the
thinking that's
entire
probably
course.
that number's probably gone up a little bit over the years.
No,
but
it's
it was
still 500
years ago.
No, it's still 500. It's
Isn't
an
that a
Oregon
movie?
event. I want to do that thing so bad, or the lemon
What?
24.
What
We
if
should.
people
We
show up
all
for?
4 of us should do the lemon 2400.
Look at Snorkel wanting to do stuff. What the fuck is going on tonight?
Shout out to Steve-O. He said, I just got here and Super Dong for vooping is bullshit.
Thank you, Steve-O. I'm gonna fucking.
Steve-O's gonna be the first one to send Anthony a vooping pic.
I could block channel.
Negative 50 super dong for Steve-O. No, I'm just kidding. Well, I guess this next segment we're gonna be quiet for because chat, you need to hear this. So
Yeah, I got a bumper. So as you guys know, I'm the HFNIC of customer service at my job, and you'll understand those initials here in a moment. So I've talked about it. You know, I deal with crusty old people sometimes, and like really, really ignorant people sometimes. The people that make big orders, like, you know, I'm talking like hundreds of dollars, they never complain. They know that, you know, precision takes time. They know that when you order something nice, it takes time and quality takes care. Some people like to order things and then they get really mad, like the $8 that they spent for something is the end of the world. Well, this isn't quite a case in that situation. So we had a customer that purchased something from our website, and things are very clearly advertised since, like, you know, it was like that. It was pretty clear before I worked there, but I've made some changes to some things to make, you know, streamline the experience for people. Although some people can't be helped. And I do want to warn you guys that there's going to be some language in this. So if you're watching this out in public, if you're watching this around your kids or your family, don't fucking do it. I'm going to give you like 30 seconds to go to another
tell them
room.
what it is that you're gonna do. Like
Pull in
this
your
is
headphones.
what are they getting ready to see or hear?
So, the owner of my, the owners, is a husband and wife of the company I work for. They tell me I can match the energy of customers, right? So this is a call from last Friday. A gentleman ordered some stuff, but he didn't order it correctly. And I'll be honest with you, I wasn't really in the mood. This is my first time swearing to a customer at my job. First time I've ever had to swear because I just knew where this was going to go. I knew what was going to happen, but not quite where everything was going to go. And you guys get to experience it first. Well, not first, but, you know, you guys get to experience it here. So, like I said, I'm giving you guys time to move, go somewhere else if you have to. But you might not want to have this on full blast if you're around a bunch of other people. I did take the liberty of censoring some words. I'm pretty sure you're going to be able to tell what those words are. And yeah, so we're not going to talk, and I'm going to play this for you. This is a live call from my job, and the reason why I'm playing it here is because the owner of my job was like, hey, you should put that on your YouTube show. So here we go, right now. We're not going to talk. It's playing now.
Thank you for calling Fix. My name is Chris. How may I help you today? Yeah, Chris. I ordered Indian stickers. Okay. And ordered two of them. Now, I don't know everything, but they gave me two of the same one, and it's probably my ignorance because I should have just went where it showed two of them to a package. I wanting to put them both the same sticker. I want to put them on my tank of my motorcycle.
Gotcha. You want them to face opposite directions?
Yeah. Do you offer that? And how can you
yeah.
bring up my? You sent me two of the same size. I don't even understand why somebody would do that. And I looked up your thing, what I tried to see, and I couldn't see where you offered sides.
Yeah, so if you place an order from us, if you don't let us know in the customer notes on the item that you want one reversed, we're going to send them as they are advertised in the picture.
I didn't see where I had an option.
So when you go on the page, when you add it to your cart on the right-hand side of the screen, right above the Add to Cart button, there's a box where it says Customer Notes, and that's where you'd let us know.
Yeah, it's weird. All right, I don't know why they wouldn't display it. That here we have.
We displayed the. Okay, so like I'll help you out here, no problem. But when you see the picture on there displayed where the Indian head faces on to the right, you're ordering that facing to the right, which means that you're going to get two of those facing that way. It doesn't show that we don't advertise. Yeah, and we don't advertise. Yeah. One facing left or one facing right. We don't advertise saying that. You'll get a mix of them. So that's why we just need you to request it.
I'm being an ass that you might want to do that. All the other ones do. I've ordered several of these because I do Indian stuff quite a bit, and they all bring two of them opposites. But yours, I looked at it and I'm like, yeah, I want two of them because I wanted red for I'm doing one.
Right, but we don't know that every customer is going to put them on a gas tank. Some people like to put them on their walls. Some people like to put them on car windows. That's why you have to let us
display both of them. Give that option on your web page or when it comes up on.
All right. So what do you want me to do for you here, sir?
Well, I would like the one for the left side. That's pointing to the left.
I will gladly get you one if you'd like to pay for it, but I'm not going to exchange your order because you didn't order it properly.
No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to.
So you don't want to pay for something extra that you're actually asking for extra? You just want to free because.
Kid, dude, don't talk down to me. I'm only saying that.
No, you're trying to tell us how to run our business, and it seems like
I'm trying to tell you.
It sounds like common sense that if you want one to face, it's not misleading because misleading would have been saying you get two facing a different direction and then you got two that would face the same direction. You order two individual decals that were facing to the right as advertised on the website, and now you're upset because you can't understand that you have to request something that's different than what is advertised.
Yeah, you're right. No, you're right. That's my problem. Is I fucking dealt with you, fucking idiot. So fuck you, okay?
Hey, I hope you have a beautiful day.
I'll go on your webpage, and I'll tell you, I'll go on your webpage and leave a note of what a fucking dickhead you are.
I'm just a middle-aged man
don't not be a fucking idiot.
Just crying to people when they fuck up.
I'm not crying, Nick, okay? Fuck you.
At the N-word. You know our calls are recorded, right?
If you were beautiful.
That's beautiful. That's what we have your address. We have all your information.
Chris, you little faggot motherfucker.
Oh, now the F word. Wow.
You should just send me one.
I can tell that you have a tiny.
You should just send me one free. Okay, it ain't the money. It ain't the goddamn money.
I'm just gonna cry.
I got this project I'm doing. I waited. You're in Vegas. I waited goddamn 10 days for the fucking thing. You could have had it here.
You didn't pay for expedited shipping, you cheap bitch.
You fucking piece of shit.
Oh, keep lying, baby.
Weasel, you fucking motherfucker. Yeah. You're gonna be, when you read the fucking comments, you're fucking Chris is a fucking fag, a piece of shit that I talked
about. You write all that for us. Okay? Guess what? I'd be happy to share it with your employer if they haven't fired you from Walmart door greeter already.
Yeah, I'm retired fucking UPS.
What, okay? Sorry.
Yeah. Fuck you and your mother, okay? Put your mother on.
Little man syndrome. Look at you crying. Did you imagine this where you'd be when you were 12? 60 years old crying on the phone?
Oh, you're going to love what I fucking put on their web.
The best part is that we can curate the website.
All right, so yeah.
my.
What is NetWeb? What-
Ern, put the ecstasy
How
down. You shouldn't be
come?
rolling.
Foul tongue on that man. Wow. Great to name calling. I
But
do
yeah,
like the-
some people just can't be helped. You know what I mean? Like,
Cha-ching.
I am so confused about the NetWeb. You're
Are we
gonna be
unmuted? Because
gonna
people
be-
are asking.
embarrassed when you're on NetWeb.
yeah. So the recording stopped abruptly because he hung up on me. You know, but it's funny because like
Shocking.
his go-to response was, "I'm gonna leave a bad review." It's like, motherfucker, we control your reviews. Like,
Make sure that everyone knows Chris.
yeah.
Oh my.
But yeah, and all this over a $16 order, a $16 decal, you know. And so like, well, just a further reminder, you know, your calls are probably recorded when you call a place. Number one. Number two, don't fucking try to like argue with the guy that sounds like me. If I sound like this, I promise you I'm way better at talking shit than you are, because guess what? I've done it worse. I've gotten worse. And like, yeah, like I've never had to swear at a customer on the phone before. I've had some tense conversations where like I've yelled at a couple other people on the phone. Like there's this guy that calls in sometimes, often from New York, and it's just the way that they talk. You know, I think we talked about this before. You know, and then by the end of the call, he's like, "Oh, thank you so fucking much." I'm like, "You're fucking welcome." Not fucking, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you know, just I get it. Some people are just having a bad time, you know. So you know, if your mom left your dad years ago, you know, and he's angry, check on him. He probably needs some help. You know
So-
what
I
I mean?
see somebody to
I-
talk to, really.
you know,
but-
Sorry, chat, but I got the unedited version, and I've listened to it a few times, and I could tell the moment where the guy starts shaking, and when he stomps his boots because he's so mad. Like,
Yeah.
he gets,
Yeah.
he gets,
Yeah.
he's ready to go on, Chris. He's
But I
ready.
still don't hear the reason why he would have went straight for that.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
You know, I
It's-
mean,
No,
I
no.
can usually tell over the phone, and in this situation, I'm like, huh? Like, I don't get it.
100% is.
I mean, the
because
homosexual part I hear, but not the
it's
other part.
because Vandal wasn't at all pulsed. At no point was Vandal like, "Oh, clutching pearls," and so offended at what
I wasn't
he said.
affected by it. You know what I mean? So you gotta
And
go for
this-
the biggest.
Yeah, the guy had to dig deeper into his bag of insults, which was shallow as fuck.
And that's the worst part, is like he started the conversation like it's probably my own ignorance. And then it's like, yeah, it was. And like Ern just said in chat, he's like, and if he would have been cool about it, you probably would have given him free shit. I absolutely would have.
Oh, yeah.
If you wouldn't have came out with an attitude, and like, you know, hopefully, you know, I don't shoot myself in the foot here. I will help customers out when it's clearly their problem if they're very nice people. You know what I mean? And you don't have to be very nice. You can be frustrated, you know, with me. You can raise your voice with me. You can be upset. It's okay to be upset, because customer service is there to help a customer, and I understand that. But customer service doesn't mean you get what you want no matter what.
There's a difference between being frustrated with the situation and blaming you with frustration. You know, out of anger, talking shit to you, rather than going, something's fucked here, and I don't know where it's from. Where did we screw the pooch? You know, that's
Yeah.
a better approach.
But
And then-
those people also would just pay for their screw. There wouldn't even be it's like, okay, how much is it going to be for me to get it the other way?
Yep.
Yeah.
And just move for $16, like less than $20. I
How
gave a
much-
homeless guy $20
that
today
Indian?
just because that was all the cash I had in my wallet. I'm
yeah,
like, "Here,
exactly,
look at the
right?
food. 20
How much-
bucks.
How much
I've
do you
spent
think
more
he
than that on bad DoorDash that I threw away. Like $20. It's
I
just
wonder what
insane.
kind of. How much do you think he paid for the Indian? That's what I want to know.
I just want to let Vandal know that Cleveland's baseball team is called the Indians, or it used to be. That's
Oh,
where that
okay.
whole thing started, so.
So these are
But
based.
yeah,
Yeah.
sorry, but yeah, like
There's no
it's
football
funny.
Indians anymore.
Yeah, Anthony's absolutely right. The homosexual thing, yes, I can understand. I know what I sound like. You know what I mean? I know what I
Yeah,
sound like.
I mean, we're all pretty honest about stuff like that. Like, I could see maybe where he'd go with that, especially because you were so
That wasn't his
sassy
first punch. That
on the
wasn't.
phone.
I-
Not only were you high pitched, but you was sassy.
I get
Yeah.
the sassy and the F the F drop, but the N drop, that I do not get.
That
Vandal
came so far out of left field. I haven't heard anybody do that in so long. It was just like,
Vandal sounds
what?
like the antithesis
I like-
of every black guy I have ever known.
I like what Duchess said. That's pretty good.
Duchess says, I worked a lot of call center jobs as well, and the one thing that I will always tell everyone is be careful how you talk to us because I control your life. And here's the thing. When you call somebody like this, and like, I don't consider I control your life, but I'm in control of the situation, you know what I mean, of whether or not you get the service that you're looking to get. And that's when you call into people. And sure, like, I'm sure maybe this guy thought, like, this was a Home Depot or something, and he's yelling at, a 17-year-old cashier. No, motherfucker. I will tell you, the owners of my job, they buy us tons of food. They treat us great on our birthday. We have a fucking break room full of snacks, like 30 cases of fucking soda. I like to wear gloves at work. It's my own thing. No one else wears gloves. They offered to buy me this shit. I get clothes all the time. I get free stuff. I get stickers. They don't make me pay for anything. But my perk, the number one perk of my job is being able to control the situation with how customers are approaching me and then to match that energy. That's the biggest perk of my job. If they give me free healthcare, that would still not be the top 3. You know what I mean?
So basically,
the
they
worst thing
let
is
Vandal
you have
ban.
his address. I mean, if it was me, that guy'd be the proud owner of the Dildo of the Month Club. Like, there's no way I would just let that slide. But that's just me. I'm petty.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's the thing is, like, don't get me wrong. Like, I won't make it more personal because I already know that that's eating at him when I said that. You know what I mean? I know that he's going to be thinking about that for the next 2 months. You know what I mean? Oh, I'm retired from UPS. It doesn't matter, like, if you have a job or not. You are embarrassed. Yeah. And it doesn't matter. Like, you are embarrassed because you fucked up. And, that's why he got real fucking upset about it. It's because he knew he fucked up.
I love the hang
and
up.
He can't, and he can't dig himself out of that hole. You know what I mean? And I get what Anthony's saying. Cause I'm not saying, like, I would ever act on it, but that thought crossed my mind. You know what I mean?
Go ahead, Sir Rug.
But
I know you
also,
had
I
something to
have
say.
many years of dealing with Vandal escalating situations, and that was not Vandal escalating a situation. Dude, you handled that fucking professionally.
Yeah,
I don't know.
as far as I could
Crybaby
be,
stuff.
but
Yeah, exactly.
Let Sir Rug talk.
No, the crybaby stuff was my favorite. The calling it beautiful when he dropped the N-bomb right out the gate. That was the first hit. He came in swinging.
he
Haymaker.
did.
It's a little aggressive. I think you handled it fantastically, but he was getting hotter and hotter. As
Nobody uses that word that quickly unless it's just part of their normal vocabulary.
Yeah,
Let's just
nobody.
be honest.
Nobody.
Like,
Yeah.
you don't
Yeah.
pull that from the back. I mean, cunt is about as far back as I go for something, and that's got to be kind of extreme for a situation. But that one that doesn't even make it out of the back end. It's like, nope, no, that doesn't come ever.
I
have a
think
good
I've
night,
talked-
Kentucky.
Peace. Adios, Kentucky. I've talked about it before, but when I get like anxious or like riled up, I'm not a good shit talker. And so Vandal with the quick wit and then keeping it cool, it's just impressive. It's just impressive.
That's the thing. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I can get in situations where I'm heated, but like, maybe it's the anxiety medicine that helps, or something. Or maybe I'm
Sure.
just getting old and I'm used to it. You know what I mean? I'm going through shit. But like Steve-O said in chat, I tend to go out of my way for people who message me privately and are respectful. But if you go straight to blasting your issue on our group page, you can get fucked. And that's the thing, is like, you have the people that don't give you a chance to help them. You know what I mean? This is the the wife, owner of my place always says, like, it's a damn sticker. It's a damn decal. That's
exactly.
it. Like,
Yeah.
like, you're getting mad over like a Mickey Mouse. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
And like, and I get it, and that's the thing, and like, that's why I kind of went there to that point, where I know I really dug into him with like, oh, this is where you thought you'd be when you were fucking, 60 years old, is because they're not mad at me. They're mad at themselves. They're mad at their life. And guess what? I know how to fucking flip that shit on you. I can pick up on a pretty good amount of people's worst fucking fears of themselves within 3 minutes of talking to them. I can pick up on your personality traits. I can pick up on things that bother you. And guess fucking what? You go out there and you use that fucking N-word on something, it's no hold bars. I don't care. I'm not black, and I get that. I'm an ally of black people. You shouldn't say those fucking things. You shouldn't use that as a resort. You're not hurting anyone but yourself when you say those things.
It's true.
It's true.
Yep.
Uh,
Even if you're wearing a Burger King crown, you're still hurting yourself.
Ern says, I told a guy at work about the try the dispo in the store or no exchange policy that every shop has, and he said he never knew about it. So I got to throw the sign is right at your knees at him. And that's my favorite thing is like a lot of people would like, you know, on our website, they don't read shit. Like this guy apparently didn't read. He thinks it's fucking weird to, you know, request something that's different. We get a lot of people that they don't quite use the language that this colorful language this guy does. They get angry that I expected them to read the website. That on our website we have, I've told you guys about it, a big fucking box that you have to scroll past. It's not on that website. It's on our sticker sites because we don't need to.
Every
put it on
time
the
you
other
say that,
site.
I'm like looking all over the website for this box, and I'm like,
Yeah.
he says it's obvious, and I can't.
You
fucking
gotta go to
find it.
this. You gotta go to the sticker site, man.
Fair
But-
enough. Okay.
But
that
you
makes
have
a
to
little more
scroll, like
sense.
if you're on your phone, it takes up your whole screen. When you're on your
Yeah.
computer, it's literally right where you choose your size. It's different color than everything else. It uses capital letters, and it says that if you want to get the buy 2 get 3 free deal, you have to have 5 items in the cart, and 3 of the 5 will be free. And then they're like, well, I didn't fucking see that on there. And that's my favorite part. Like Ern just said, I screenshot it because like we have this system called Zoho, and I can see what you're looking at when you're on our website. So while they're
Yeah.
actively on our website, I go into their screen and I screenshot it on their device, and then I send it to them in an email. You fucking saw it. There's no fucking thing.
Well, and the other thing, and this is the last thing I'll say about this, but that particular guy, the thing that he was saying was, I ordered 2 and I didn't expect. Could you imagine the feedback that you would get from your customers if every time somebody ordered 2, you sent one of them reversed?
That's the thing. And
You
like,
have
yeah.
calls nonstop all day. Like, why is one of these backwards? He's the exception, but he just doesn't see it.
Yeah, and like if you and like here's my thing: if you ever find yourself trying to tell one retailer, well, this is how the other one does it, go fucking buy from that other retailer.
I've said that many times. I'm like, why are you here then? It's
Yeah.
like, well, I can get cheaper over here. Why are you here?
Yeah.
I've asked that legitimately to somebody across the counter. I'm like, well, then why are? I'm like, I'm sure they're still open, like rock and roll.
Yeah,
Like, I'm not bringing my price down because you said somebody else was cheaper or better. Like, fuck off. No.
Yeah, and you don't hurt our feelings. Guess what? There's another 400 people I can see looking at our website right now. They're gonna buy something more expensive than you. Here's the thing: people got spoiled with this boomer shit with like, oh, the customer is always right. They're absolutely not right all the fucking time. That's why you're here to correct them. You're not here to baby them. You're not here to fucking guide them. You're not here to wipe their fucking ass. You're here to help them find what they need. And if they don't ask for help, you can't give it to them. That's all it is. And my
Well,
last
the other
thing on this,
too, if they have a live chat or if they have a contact us and you were unsure about, call.
yes,
Like
yes.
email, like there's people being paid to do that job. They will get back with you and get you what you need. Like, don't be afraid of those boxes. Hell, a lot of those things have like live chats. It takes you like a couple extra seconds to go.
We have a live
"Hey, I'm
chat,
confused."
you know. We have a question thing. We have phone numbers posted. We have stuff and like call and ask. And especially like, you know, if you're going to purchase a big purchase, I don't know about you guys, but even on Amazon, I will, if it's something I'm going to spend over $100 on, I won't buy it right away. I look at it, I research it, I go on different websites, and I see what reviews of things are. Stop thinking that everything is going to be how you imagine in your fucking head, because guess what? I don't know what the fuck's going on in your head. It sounds like a fucking bunch of squirrels fucking footballs. That's all I know. And the
V8,
last
what's
thing,
Circuit City? We don't have those.
Well said, amigo. Well said, amigo.
Maybe because they
Oh,
took back too much
Lord.
shit or price matched. Either way.
yeah, and like
It
my
was
last
the-
thing is great customer service starts with great customers. That's it. That's all I got for that. That's,
Oh,
that's the
that
last
sounds
thing
like a
to say.
tease.
That was a
God,
beautiful,
it's-
beautiful segment.
That needs to
That
be
was
a
almost that was
slogan.
Breeze Tone
Yeah.
sweet there. I'm sorry, that was
Damn.
a little much.
And wait, one last thing. I was gonna say something else. I forgot. Oh,
No,
and,
no, you ended with that last
Yeah.
one. We're
It's a
good, man.
PSS.
yeah, it's the PSS. I get it. Like you know, if anyone's watching this, thinking like, "Damn, Vandal's a dick." No, like it's funny. Like Anthony
Yeah, he is.
can attest to this. I've shown because I share some screenshots with these guys in our little private thing. I'll have customers that have been rude, obviously not as bad as this guy, that will message me back and apologize the next fucking day.
Yeah, that made me a little sick because I was like, damn it.
Like, I'm not that bad of a person. You just have to stop fucking being a bad fucking customer.
But I like Bad Vandal.
Dude, Vandal, you
He's the man I
only-
married, and I
Yeah.
don't want this.
I just
But-
want
Man.
Vandal only ever matches energy. He's never out of pocket with his insults. I've heard the man cut people down at the fucking knee.
even if people
But they started it 100% of the time. They started it.
Paul Cole, what's up, Paul? He's just said in chat, if I'm dealing with an asshole, I'll just draw out longer and play slow just to piss him off more. I can't tell you how many times that if you're gonna make me take your order over the phone because you think the government's tracking you, I'm gonna get your address wrong 6 times. It's all typed up
Else-
already. You won't hear me
else,
typing
yes.
it after the first time. So it was 3201? Oh, 1302. 3306? I'm sorry, I can't hear you. My phone's messed up. 1456? Oh, okay. But
you're in a bad cell area, please try again. Yeah.
Sorry, sir. My desk is going through a tunnel.
But yeah, that's
All
it
right.
for customer service.
Gosh.
Then we got one last one left, and that should be Cool Cars. So
Oh, yes. I've been waiting for this.
Cars. I'm a cool car guy myself.
No, you are not.
Yeah, cool cars.
white Subaru, I don't really think
I
counts.
got all the cool cars.
No, you do not.
I'm a cool car guy.
All right, Anthony,
No,
bumpers
you
down.
are not.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's make these worth. Let's do something big. Let's do 100 Super Dong apiece. So whoever
Oh,
gets the closest
Jesus.
without going over is going to get 100 Super Dong for each one of these. And I got quite a few of these to go through. I mean, not a ton, but. So last week the guy said something about me going on and finding some cool cars. Well, that's like picking somebody else's ice cream flavor. So we're going to do cars that I think are cool.
Hell's yeah.
Somebody else wants to make me a list, we'll do their cars next time. But what I did the marketplace thing, so it was like finding cars that I thought were cool that were for sale on marketplace. But we're actually going to do this a little bit more in depth. So this is the first one that we're going to do. I particularly like the 68 Firebird, not the 68 Camaro. And there's a difference. The front end is different. If you saw the highway scene in the second Matrix movie, the black car that she
Yep.
drives is actually this Firebird. Also came with a 400 small block, which is like one of the biggest small blocks you can get. I actually went ahead and pulled a bunch of the other pictures that were internally in the ad so you guys could see the quality of the vehicle. These are not going to be your cheap cars. These are, this is something, obviously this one's been restored. I'd obviously changed the wheels to it, but I like this. This is one of the cars that if we're going to classify cool cars that are for sale on Marketplace, this would make my list.
Definitely. And Camaros stopped being cool after 64.
Snorkel, hide with us. Hide with us so people can see
Okay,
the
I
face.
think you mean like a little later, but
Oh, they stopped being cool.
okay.
Snorkel, hide with us.
Have I given you an aneurysm yet?
No.
Oh, god damn it.
We're
I was-
hiding.
Everything is great. Everything is awesome.
I'm
so
trying to. Give me a second. Jesus.
So chat's putting
Christ.
some bids in there. Everybody else is turning their things off.
It's just you.
So Sewer Rug, since I'd like to have your bid first.
Good, because I'm gonna give him negative money. That's not the fucking color of fire. So this bird is bullshit. Big blue bird. I'll give you $500. Call it a day.
$500. That's a good bid. You did not go over. That's good. Snorkel.
I
What are you
already
thinking?
bidded 20 grand.
Oh. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Vandal. You can read out the chat.
Yeah, Colorado is throwing out 28,000. Snorkels at 20,000. V8 said 43,000. Ern says when people make me pick flavors for them or pick a dispo, I pick the worst seller. Ben says 25,000. Kuchasaurus says 16,549. That's almost every number in the alphabet. Jay says 30,000. Ern says 19,000. Ben says Camaro started in 67. Ern says, "Holy shit, Thunder
Why
just
let
shook
it
my
go?
fucking
He's just
house."
fucking with me.
I was just trying to give it. I was trying to give Anthony an aneurysm.
But
there,
thank you, Ben. We know.
Steve-O says 22,000. Jay says, "Is its numbers matching?" And I'm gonna say $17,523. Paul
I
says,
think you might be having the same thunderstorm that I'm having here.
Paul
pretty
says
bad.
18,650.
I
Delaney
don't,
says
I don't know if
19,680.
it's numbers matching. That wasn't in the description. The only thing you guys can't see down here is it says it's got 98,000 miles, but that means nothing when you're doing a restore. So, all right. Well, Who is the winner on this one? And it will be.
Oh wow, Ben, spot on.
Ben, spot on. Fuck yes.
Spot has been on. What just happened?
He just
Also,
won some dong.
the 68 Firebird definitely
been
looks
some
better than
dong.
the 68 Camaro.
If Ben wins the scooter, we'll put a tow hitch on it so he can pull his boat behind it.
The 66
dong.
Camaro, though, does I like.
I'm sure you do. It's probably a wonderful car.
What?
It's like the '83 Corvette. This is probably your favorite year of Corvette.
God, no. The
They did.
Batmobile Corvette?
They didn't make a Corvette in '93. That's kind of the thing.
Oh, I thought you said 83.
Okie dokie.
Oh,
This is
Type
something a little bit
3.
unusual. I used to own a very similar car, just a different year. I owned a '72 Volkswagen, what's called a 411, or it's also affectionately known as a squareback. This is actually a wagon, rear engine and all that kind of fun stuff. What's very unique about this car is during the time period that this was a Volkswagen automatic, which is something that was really rare, but that they used it in these cars. Here's some additional photos for you guys. You can kind of see where the engine.
Oh, that is a clean Type 3.
Yeah, I like the interior contrast of the exterior. This is something, and I know we have some Volkswagen fans, so I thought maybe this might work.
Damn, I bid it way too low. Where's Wintucky? We needed
That looks
Wintucky
really
to stick
cool.
around for this one.
Yeah, Ern, I got that hit about 10 minutes ago, so it just made it your way, I think. Yeah, I used to own one of these. I sold it. Like I said, I've probably had several hundred cars in my lifetime. We'll get around to all of them eventually.
I had a 74 Carmigio as my first
You would
car.
think it's an auto stick, but it's really not. It's actually an up and down.
It's an
Like
auto,
there's no. It's not like a clutchless transmission where you still have to shift. It's none of those things. It was the first car I ever had where you had to lift up for reverse for it to actually go into that slot. But
Yep.
it's like a slotted automatic.
They moved this over to the Volkswagen buses the next year.
Oh, okay.
It's where the automatic for the Volkswagen buses came from.
I mean, that would make sense. I mean,
Yep.
Volkswagen back then did a engine and a transmission.
Yup. Yup.
There's a
And
lot of
then-
choices.
And then they went, we're going to try a independent suspension on the front, but a stock suspension on the back. Volkswagen was
I'm
weird.
not saying it's a good car for reliability or comfort. I just think it looks cool. So,
Dude,
It looks
no,
really
yeah,
cool.
The Type 3s are beautiful.
all right, panel, let's hit the bids or read some chats or whatever we're doing here.
Sure.
I bid 1,600.
16,000 snorkel bid.
Oh wow.
What did I
Paul-
say?
Paul Cole said $2.50, and a jawbreaker. Ben said 17,500. Ern wants this wagon for real. Colorado said $17,757. Jay says 20,000. Paul Cole says 19,000. Let's see. Ern wants some trans in him. Depends on the engine, but I'm guessing 35K says V8.
That's a 1,600 cc.
Steve-O says 17,900. Colorado says 23,000. I change. Ern says, 19,500. Let's see. Duchess says 21,700. Kuchsaurus says 19,966. Steve said, almost said that, Ern. Ben says it's a nice looking car. Ern says he loves wagons. And V8 says Ern can live in it. So I'm going to bid $29,372 for Ern to have this mobile home.
You know, I would love for Ern to have this, but it doesn't have a roll cage in it, and unfortunately, you can't have it then.
It does have a rag top, though, which is sexy.
Delane says
Mr. Rugg, did you get your
18,000.
bid in?
My bid. Well, last one. I'm not gonna get too technical with you guys. I know a lot about cool cars. The last one was way off with the fire and the blue. This one's too spot on the nose. It's a wagon for folks made by Volkswagen. That's ridiculous. $900. Best I could do.
Well, you didn't go over again. I like that it was in Miramar, Florida as well. That's
And
a
only
Top Gun
350
reference for those
miles
of
for
you
those that didn't see.
14,000.
14. Did
Let me see.
everybody go over?
Yes.
Not Sewer Rug.
Not Sewer
Oh.
Rug.
The only one that can go over Sewer Rug and Paul Cole with a 250 and a jawbreaker and what Sewer Rug said.
Yeah, evidently.
I think
Surag-
Paul Cole changed his. He went 19,000 after.
Oh, did he?
that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, Surag, who are you giving your 100 points to?
Well. I got to give him to Steve-O. I'm not going to explain. I'm just going
Why?
to Steve-O.
Good
Oh,
God.
fuck.
You get, like
yes.
naked pictures of you somewhere that you're not supposed to be. Like Jesus Christ.
Asking you to do
He's
a
a-
cool car.
He's got his toupee tied up in the basement.
Anthony,
Yeah.
I thank you very much.
I'm a huge fan of Chevy trucks.
Dude,
from the early
asking
time
you
period,
to
so.
do a cool cars and you pull out a C10? Hell
Yeah, hell
yes.
I told you guys
Hells
wine drunk's a
yes.
different drunk. Listen to Snorkel.
And I
I'm
pulled this one
beer
from Las
drunk.
Vegas, so Vandal would feel included.
Oh, thanks.
I
didn't see a scooter.
Just gonna go with the old reliable. There we go.
There's a few other shots of this.
God.
Is it where
damn,
is it bad that I know exactly where this car is at because of the neighborhood?
Oh
No,
fuck yeah.
you'll still not overbid. So
Yeah.
That is clean as fuck. And if it's only $500, I'm buying it.
Yeah, no.
yeah, this is actually not. This I am becoming more and more of a fan of resto mods because I think
Yeah.
it's really the way that we should be going along. I think with our work in plastics, we could probably make anything look like anything, and it would be a much cooler way to have cars. But I digress. But this one's not. It's got a carburetor set up on it, so it's definitely not. I mean, it's probably still reliable, but it's not what I would consider to be a resto mod. But I've always liked this body style, and
Yeah,
I like
no, the
square bodies too.
C10s
So
The
yeah.
C10s are so gorgeous.
I really like that midnight blue. Yeah, I wasn't. I like dark colors on cars. Something that can be timeless, and I'm okay with this. I could live with that.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, I also like the moon hubcaps. No, this one's well done.
Wells.
Very well
Okay.
done.
Wells. Wheel Wells.
So, thou shalt
V8.
bid on this.
Yeah, V8 coming in with 1,500, and then he said, "Excuse me, 15,000." Snorkel says 20,000. Colorado Ouija says 25,000. Paul Cole says, "Yeah, I was dicking around with the jawbreaker remark." LOL. Steve-O said, "Bro, that's my favorite truck."
Yo.
Jay says 19,000. Ern says $19,899. Let me see where I go. Ben says, "I work on a couple of these, so 18,000."
Ben, if you want to throw one to me and Anthony,
That's a
we'd
lot.
appreciate.
That's a lot.
Just say you lost them.
I mean, that
Steve-O
wood
says-
bed is pretty trick, though. I mean, you have to say.
Oh, it is so gorgeous. Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
I'm sorry, Vandal. Go ahead.
Oh, it's all right. Steve-O said 16,000. Delane says 10,000. Ern says, "I put a Isuzu. I put a wooden flatbed
God.
in a diesel Isuzu."
I'm sorry.
Paul Cole
Aw.
says 12,000. Cunt says 16,666. Duchess says 8,901. 8,901.
Just because of Ern's comment, I'll give out 15 super dong to anybody can tell me what Isuzu's S10 was. Isuzu and Chevrolet did a combination, and it's a Chevrolet S10 and an Isuzu question mark.
Duchess said 8,901. Ian said 7,500. V8 said it needs a Mexican blanket on the dash and step sides.
Hell yeah.
Hells yes, that would make it perfect.
That would work in Vegas too, because it had that
Yo.
Western kind of feel.
Yeah. I've never been a fan of these ones, different strokes for different folks. It just reminds me of an old milk truck. You know what I mean? Like, this is what I imagine, and what's that show, the fucking Andy Griffith show? Like, this is what I imagine, when I see this.
All right, well,
Cuntosaurus
Puckle
says,
Harper-
"Is it a Trooper, Anthony?"
It is
And
not.
then
That is an
V8
SUV.
said,
Yeah.
V8 said, "Was it a Mighty Max?"
It is not.
No, it is.
Ben says an
it's a
Ombre.
C10.
Ben is correct. The Isuzu Ombre
Ombre,
was the
yep.
name of that
How many
truck.
points?
15.
There he goes.
In Jacob, the Isuzu Rodeo, the only car I have rolled 3 times in a row.
That's why it's called a rodeo, because it's like riding a bull.
Yep.
I'm gonna say for this thing, because it looks pretty
Skinny
nice.
cloth back and-
Dude, that
Ugh.
it is so fucking top heavy.
I'm gonna say
Those are not
14.
cool.
I'll say
ahead, sir.
14,200.
14,200. And the actual retail marketplace
Yeah,
price
Subaru,
of
didn't we?
this truck is
We don't need sewer rug, do we?
Go ahead, Sewer Rug. Rock
You
and
guys,
roll.
look,
Sorry.
I'm a classic car connoisseur. I can't give
No,
a-
you're not.
The best C series was the C3 POs. So this, I would give you more than $1,200 out the door. Okay. Classic.
Hard to see your way out.
What?
Wow, I got it.
Yep.
Damn. Who are you giving your points
I
to
f-
there,
what did I
Randall?
say my bid was? I forgot.
14-2
Yeah,
something
so I
or
thought
other?
14-2.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if anybody
Um,
else got close, but this is not
you
the way this
know-
is supposed to work, chat. You're supposed to earn your own dong.
Yeah.
Close.
So LJ's not here because I gave points away to women last time, so I'm gonna give them away to women again. Duchess can have my points.
I knew that was coming. Even with what else there was there to give to, I knew it was going to Duchess.
All right, we'll throw the next one up here so people can start bidding on it.
Oh, hell.
I've owned a few Cadillacs in my time. I have owned a 1960 bubble top. I've owned two 75s. This body style in particular, I like. It's that space age time period. Not such a high fins on this that I would prefer to have, but marketplace, you have to deal with what's there. So this is a 63 Cadillac Series 62 convertible in resale red, which I can't stand, but I mean it's the bones of the car that are important. But so
Is
here's
this
a little look on the
396
inside.
or the V8? No,
oh, the V8.
62. It's the 396, isn't it?
It's either that or a 500. It might be I don't think it would be a 407.
It
but
adjusts my price, but I'm gonna stick in at 2,100 or 21,000. 21,000. Yeah.
But if you've never ridden in one of these or driven in one of these,
It's
this
a
will,
fucking boat.
yeah, they're huge. Like you have to understand, like the 59 Cadillac, which is a couple of years before this, is 19 and a half feet long.
Cough,
It's longer
Steve-O.
than a standard parking space nowadays.
Steve-O, just add a cent to your bid, and you can have that there.
I've never
Yes.
had the pleasure of riding in a Cadillac. Like, don't get me wrong, my family's white, but we've always been poor white. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And
Monte
the
Carlo
black
rich.
and the black people I hung out with drove the Escalade Cadillacs. So
I had Lincolns. I never had a Caddy. I always.
I will
had
say
Lincolns.
I am very jealous I never got to ride in one of these because those bench seats I've heard are heaven. You know what I mean? I like sleeping in
The difference
cars. I
between
don't know if
riding
that
in a
makes sense.
Cadillac, it's the suspension. I don't know what specific. It has to be the return rate on the shocks, but it just floats. Like
Yeah.
it's so nice. It really is.
And when
Steve-O,
it breaks, it
just
veers to
add
the
a
right.
penny. I typed it way before you, buddy.
It's all right. I'll add a penny to this thing when I read it.
Thank you.
But I'll say, for something like this, because it looks pretty nice, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it reminds me of the ice cream parlor shots in Back to the Future. I know it's probably not the same car, but
It's
that's
not,
what
but
I
that's okay.
that's what I think of.
It wasn't
so
even
I'm
out
gonna
yet,
say
but yeah.
I'm gonna say 3 Marty McFly milkshakes.
Why is that not a
Although-
McDonald's thing?
I like V8's style here with
Back to the Frozen.
small block getting less.
That's real.
Yeah.
I like the sound of that. That's good.
All right. So
79
it's-
Caddy's a big car too. A door on that weighs more than a Kia now.
Oh Jesus, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
18 and a half foot long, that thing. Impressive.
So Snorkel's at 21,000. Jay says 60,000. Colorado says 45,000. You're welcome, Duchess, for the points, girlfriend. Ben says 12,500. Let me see my thing scrolled. Ern says my dad had a Fleetwood Mac de Elegance Caddy. Delane says
There we go,
22,000. Steve-O says $21,000.01. Paul
Hells
Cole
yeah.
says 16,500. Ern says shit was like a lazy boy floating on a cloud. See, and that's like the thing. Like I've never rode in one, but I can imagine how glorious it would
they
be in my
are.
head. I imagine like just the smoothness of it. You know, like the wheels go up and you go over a speed bump. Because back then they didn't have speed bumps. It was called
Dude.
like segregation.
I
Um,
understand how people fell asleep in cars after riding
Oh,
in somebody's caddy.
Yeah.
Like, oh my dear Jesus. Yeah.
Connoisseur says 40,000. V8 says 85,000 if it's a small block, 100K if it's a 500.
Very much so, yeah.
Okay.
Dutch just says,
okay.
I don't know what this car is, but seems to have Alabama plantation written all over it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, I do say that's not.
But even with a 500 engine, it was still only pumping out like 170 horsepower. Like it's not. It's all about torque and getting that big beast moving. It's not.
That thing's getting to 55 within a week, though. So
Ern says 20,000. Dutch just says $1.99. Colorado says I grew up riding around in a '79 Caddy. Steve-O said I already got you, Steve-O. And then Ian says 18,000 question mark.
Okay.
And I think all we need is Suey Rug. Suey Rug, what were you gonna pay to drive around in this to go caddy around some Sueys?
I don't caddy Sueys, but first car I ever purchased, Tucson, Arizona, and this was early 2000s. A '64 Fleetwood Cadillac, had less than 300 original miles, original frigid air conditioning and panel to it. It was beautiful, kept in an airplane hangar. Either way, bought it from Priest for $600, so I figured this should be a similar price. I'm gonna say $600, $650.
That was that nice old R12 air conditioning too. That stuff got really cold.
oh god.
And V8, I used to make the joke about my Caddy that could pass anything but a gas station. That's very true.
The riding
I
like
think-
a,
Watch the gas gauge go down if you really
Yo.
stop.
as you accelerate.
My
yeah.
my Lincoln, if I put the foot on the gas, it would just
It did ride like a boat, but braking, I would always veer to the right. It was kind of heavy.
45. Damn.
I think
$45.
That's
Honda
actually
Taurus.
not a bad price.
I mean, you
Oh,
gotta
no,
believe it's a
Colorado.
rust-free car out of Florida. You know, I mean,
Colorado on the nose with 45.
and I might be wrong about this, but it might be the same car that was Nick Nolte drove in 48 Hours.
Also, did they roll back the speedometer? Because there's no way that only has 78K.
You know, I'm not marketplace police. Like it is what it is. Hold on, I got one more.
Oh,
Oh.
shit.
One more.
Back,
And I did this one just because we had our special guest tonight, because I know this is a car that he will appreciate. So I've done a bunch of classics that are cool, but I don't think just classics are cool. Like, I mean, this is probably still considered a classic now, but this is something you don't see every day. So I thought this was kind of cool.
Oh, these cars are like
240. Hell
Yeah.
I'm not a car guy, but there was this guy that was banging my mom in Pahrump who had one of these, and this car is so fucking sexy. I'm not
It
a car
is.
guy, but this car is
The,
Yeah.
sexy.
It is.
all the 200 Nissan series are sexy. All
And
of
like the
them.
picture doesn't do it justice. I'm sure everyone here knows more than me, but like the width of this car is fucking sexy. Like
Which 200 series, Anthony, do you not think is sexy?
There's some 280s, later 280s that I think are garbage. I don't like the roof line. It's
Okay, okay,
I'm
yeah.
not-
I didn't really like the
like a
maroon
2+2.
one.
I just don't like the whole
When they tried to do the Ford Probe look with
yeah,
the
I'm
bubble.
just not.
Yeah.
The
okay.
maroon ones
okay.
got me because they were like maroon, little hints of gold. What are you doing? I just right? Am I right? Hello.
Was there another maroon car that I missed?
No.
I don't
When they made a maroon, it was
I
just
think he's just saying
I think Sewer Rug's having a stroke.
classic car talk, you guys. I'm really narrowing it down for you. Okay, I'm really.
Yeah.
trying
But the 240, god damn,
Yeah.
that is a
Narrowing down that
beautiful
girth,
car.
I see.
190.
Uh,
Only 20,000 miles on this. Oh,
hey-
sorry. Let me show you the other picture.
Hey,
Never been
Ern-
raced.
Oh,
You know.
yeah, it's been raced. Fuck you. Fuck you. Never been raced.
It's like those the deep dish rims on this. Like whoever had this car, they did it right. Like
Also, Ern, could you mute Delane for like 16 minutes, please?
What, you think?
$5
I'm gonna be nice.
and it looks
I
terrible.
like Delane too much to start in, but it's a cool car, Delane. I hate to tell you, it is.
Oh, that is straight. God damn. No, that is beautiful.
Look at that keychain. You know it's been raced. Look at that keychain.
It stands just right. It's
Look at the
not
K&N
over.
filter. Somebody has tried to race this. I don't. That,
They didn't
put
go to
that, if you're
auto.
putting that intake
Yeah.
on that little cold interior with the filter. You're at least street racing for sure.
They did go to AutoZone for a new stick shift, but they didn't put the
Oh.
AutoZone steering wheel on, which I
No,
appreciate.
thank God for that. No crappy Movo looking bullshit.
Yeah,
with the
exactly.
GT in the middle. Like fuck you. Like stop that shit. No,
Like-
it It
That is
doesn't
beautiful.
look too molested. Like there are ones
Yeah.
that are just been, ragged. This honestly, I would want to have this. Like I like this a lot.
Also, the flip up lights still work, which is rare as shit. So
So they I don't know if you've ever owned a car with flip up headlights, but they do have a manual like screw up.
oh yes,
thing that you
oh
can do,
yes,
so
they do have a
They don't always
manual.
work, but
What's
they work.
what's the motor in it?
It's a straight 6. I don't know the CCs or the.
It's a straight 6 with an OHC.
Delane's
There we-
challenging you.
It is
Anthony.
beautiful though. That is clean.
Why is she challenging me?
She said, "Don't make me say something mean. This car is hideous."
This car is not hideous. You're hideous.
She likes me.
Jesus.
I mean,
Like I said.
okay, Delane. Everybody's allowed to have their opinion. It's like ice cream. It's fine.
It's like assholes. Don't force them on anybody else.
I feel very similar about the car that you currently drive. So I think we can just agree to disagree.
I will say her car is hideous, but she can drive it. So
It's a Honda engine.
So
Yeah,
in
Honda.
chat, we've got Ben with 6K, Jay with 15,000, Colorado with 25, Ern says 19, V8 says 8,000 for the Fast and the Faggiest here. Snorkel says 20,000. I think I pronounced that wrong. 20,001. Cuntosaurus says 5,000. Delane says this thing looks terrible. Steve-O said 17,000. Delane says $5. Jay says in really loud letters, it hasn't been drifted. It has all its bumpers. Duchess says 12,900. Ian says $18, all in. V8 says that's not a 2JZ, that's a 3 Beyonce. Paul Cole says 14,500.
That means
Let's see.
it steers to the left.
Yeah.
Thing it
And
does.
then
Beyonce
I'm
joke.
gonna say I like this car a lot. I'll say probably somewhere around $18,736.
You guys, this is an old Nissan. It's lucky to still be on the road.
That's
$1,500.
Sewer Rug,
$1,500.
I'm muting you. Sewer Rug, you're done.
What's happened? Hello?
You're done.
no. It's surprising it's still on the road only because everybody trashed him. They got him. So, all right. And the big reveal is
15.
That's what I said.
Paul Cole's pretty close. I don't know if anybody else is closer than that.
Okay.
Jay said 15.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Jacob on the nose.
Ooh, cups. Getting that hundo.
But Colorado Wee Woo, I thought you would appreciate that. So
It's a
Appreciation.
nice car, man. I don't care what Delane says.
Wait a minute, Ben. What did Sui say that was right?
I say a lot. That's right. You know, J Cups has a Dodge Neon with a carbon fiber hood. But
it's probably a SR4T or SR4T.
I don't know. It's
It's a
fast.
fast car.
It's
It's a
fast.
really fast car.
Got a big air thing on it.
But it came factory fast. Like
Big air
it's there. You know, Chrysler every once in a while makes something that like defies, like the Conquest. I almost put one of those on here. If you don't know what that is, it's not your normal Chrysler car.
And then they go and make the Plymouth Prowler. So
That's your normal Chrysler car. Sam, are you getting sleepy? I know it's probably like
I'm
6:30
hungry.
there. So okay.
I'm hungry
but yeah.
too.
I know what happens when you make those sassy black women mad. You get hungry. You got to go. So I understand. Let's do it
Hey,
up.
I didn't get to celebrate February this year on both sides. Anyways. You can go off screen all you want. Anyways, you guys do your thing. Do your thing.
Yeah, Snorkel, tell all these wonderful people how you love them and pass it on.
No, in that case, Anthony already covered it. Sewer Rug.
That was it. That's your
You love
goodbye.
Sewer Rug?
He loves me.
Yeah, that's what I
Okay.
heard.
All right.
I do not love you as much as you
No.
love
It's me.
Girth Brooks.
We got the audio. We got the bit. We got the clip.
What? No, you didn't.
You love me. That's all I needed to hear. My
I
night.
heard.
The only love here is for Vandal.
Hey, can we wrap this up? Vandal's got a snacky poo, right?
I've got to eat
Suppose.
dinner.
Waiting for him. So
I'm waiting for dinner too.
So let's just end it with a
You like muscle cars? Well, guess what? So does I. It's Sewer Rug, and I'm all done. Thank you.
That's it.
Awesome. Well, thanks a lot, chat, for hanging out with us and being a part of this. This was kind of a potpourri show. We had all kinds of fun stuff in here too, and I enjoyed all the additional segments that I didn't have to do. I mean, honestly, I really did enjoy it. Snorkel, thank you so much for talking more than 5 minutes about LARPing. I learned some stuff. Suey in the shop was great. I got to talk to somebody who really knew about cars, not Sewer Rug, but
Sewer Rug, yeah.
Which is cool because, you know, I'm a car guy. I've always been a car guy, and it's nice to see that that's not going to die when I die, which is great. Anyway, you can catch me over on Instagram at I'm_Anthony Ramella. And if you need any weed or weed-like items, that would be hemp for those officially wanting to know. But anyway, go head over to rogueshop.com. Always kind of lots of cool stuff over there. And check out the new Bake Your Own cookie kits. They are fantastic. So anyway, Vandal, take us on home, buddy.
Chat, you've been amazing. Thank you for sitting through this. I appreciate this because if you guys weren't here, we'd have to make videos in the seats of our cars in the driveways because our unaffectionate wives would be mad at us. So luckily enough, we have you to be unaffectionate with too. And guess what? I'd soak with each and every single one of you except for V8. So I love you. Thank you for being here. You're amazing. You can check us out on the Friday Fallout Instagram. Don't try to follow me on personal because I'm not going to follow you unless you're a big juicy booty woman. I'm not going to do it. But other than that, we'll be back next week.
V8, you're in.
What are we doing next week? I don't know. Thank you for Girth Brooks for coming on the show. If you guys didn't know, that's Colorado weed boo, as Sewer Rug would say. And we appreciate you coming on the show. I just doxed you, bitch. Anyways, that's it. That's all we got. You guys are amazing. Let's talk later. Let's figure it out. Anyways, next week, another show of the Friday Fallout. Those words all rhymed. And this is our sign out. Bye.